Hello, everybody. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you where you are. Happy Saturday. Would you say happy Catterday? She says, happy, leave me alone, I'm warm and comfy. Let me sleep. Good morning. Ready for cozy, hardcore, chill time. I'm back on my hunter, and I will disclaim at the top of the stream that the Warlock's fine. She is level 34, evidently. Hunter's 28. Nobody else has died. We're just ready to enjoy some of this rested experience and try to get some levels for my dear, sweet, underleveled bear, Salmon. He's not as underleveled as he was. I tamed Mange Claw at level 11 because I wanted a white bear. And I didn't really think through how long it would take to catch him up. And I've managed to grind him up to 18. I'm excited about 20 because I think that's going to be a real turning point for him. But we're in business. We're rock and rolling. Hazel needs a long nap is all. She's got to get some rested back. She needs she's going to need it for getting to 40. Here we go. It is nice. Oh, no, that's Shadow Meld. Pardon me. Shift 0. It is nice being able to get my pet out without having to use a soul shard. What else do I want for this journey? I have lots of ammo on me. I have 2 empty quiver slots. I suppose I can buy a little bit more. I've got like 2 gold, which is not very many at this level.
Hello.
And I'm kind of sort of saving up for 1 more 14 slot bag to help with my bag space issue. It's tough because I'm not really making very much gold relative to what I got used to on my Warlock. My Warlock makes bank every time she steps out her front door because she's double gathering and she doesn't even have to save for a mount. But this character, you know, she would love to have a cat eventually. That would be nice. She wants to have a saber mount. And we're just going to have to wait and see. I mean, getting to 40 is one thing and getting the gold is another one. Hair is so subtle. I love it. Hazel needs a long nap. 29 died last night to Morladim, aggroing from a football field away. Oh, I'm so sorry. Chill 1 to 10 leveling for me today. I do love the 1 to 10 bracket. I am 3 characters is all that I really want to get leveled to 60, but I might get talked into starting more. It's just really fun leveling at the bottom. I thought I was going to be forced to level at the bottom because I thought I was going to be dying all the time. And there is time for that, you know, knock on wood. I guess I should open up a prediction. Here, let's get the gambling rolling. I'll have to edit it a little bit. Start a prediction. Is today the day? Oh man, we've run the Gnome Lock ones back to back today. Will Erlen the Hunter die today? Yep, super dead. No way, never. And then you've got like 15 minutes to vote on it. Coffee. Try a druid, have the option of just nuking it when you dig level 10. The one that I was getting talked into was rogue or maybe warrior, because what do they do? You know, the only way I'm ever going to really know is if I make one. Yeah, die on stream today. I wonder if I can edit the text. No, today is stipulated in the premise of that prediction. I did it right. I'm going to start with some nice, gentle crocodiles, and I'm going to be staying in aspect of, well, I guess I can cheat myself over there, but I'm going to be fighting an aspect of the monkey for a while because I'm going to be doing a lot of meleeing until Salmon can hold aggro. Salmon's getting closer, especially on these low-level mobs, especially if I give him a real head start, but you know, let's not get carried away. I got 10 mushrooms. I got 10 mushrooms as a quest reward for turning in the crude flint from all the nulls in this zone to the big green guy. And now I'm saving them to feed them to Salmon because he eats fungus and bread and cheese and meat and fish. He eats everything. This is the most convenient pet, and I definitely should have gotten one earlier. Although I didn't even come to the Eastern Kingdoms until like 21. I guess I could have had a bear in Ashenville, but then it would have been a brown bear. So I want to find like level 22 plus mobs to grind because they have to be green in order for them to give any experience. So these 20s and 21s aren't going to do me any good. And I also kind of sort of want to be poking around and finding more of these fen creepers just because I happen to be on the quest. I'm not too fussed about it, but it's nice to have a thing. Melee class. Interesting. I feel a rogue would suit you better between the two, but still melee. I don't know. I think that my distaste for rogues has come from the fact that I tend to not... Also, we don't, like, have any sound. Music? On? Hello? I can hear a little bit. Here, let's crank it and see if that does anything. Did I just turn it down a lot here? No. I can see it coming through a little bit. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now I can hear it. It's just very quiet music right now. Yeah, there we go. I may have cranked it too much. Yeah, my implicit distaste for rogues, I think, comes from the fact that in other games in my youth, I never really liked stealth sections because they made me too anxious. Oh, yes, there you are. Okay. So I'm going to aspect of the monkey. I'm going to let Salmon get a rank 3 bite off. Thank you very much. I do know rank 4, but he's going to have to level up to 26 before he can use rank 4. And then I don't even bother spending any more focus from my pet on Growl after that because he's not ripping aggro back off me anyways. So we may as well just melee some stuff down and have a nice time. The key is to make sure I don't wander into any, like, double pulls that I'm not ready for because I'm really slow in melee. I've got a decent chunk of health, but it's still, this is a little sketch. So, if I want to curve north, that's fine, but you just really got to watch out for these knoll camps. You do not want to trip and fall in the middle of one. Or even, like, if you got one of these stray padding knolls, that could be dangerous also. Oh, yeah, there's a guy over here. That could be dangerous also, because you get him low, he runs off, he gets his friends. No good. There we go. I was thinking, where are my plates? I only just ripped aggro. I could have been fading it from range this whole time. Rogues are slow and vanilla when they stealth. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I just don't know a lot about stealth mechanics, and I've never really favored melee. But I'm just enjoying hardcore so much that it's fun to see how the different classes, like, clearly all of the classes can level up. There are characters of every single class at 60. One might even quantify it as many of them at 60. So it makes me curious as to what kind of, you know, how does it feel to go about those different challenges? What kind of tools do you got? How do you do it? How do they make it work? You know, it's fun. Here's a young croc. We don't really need that. Questy doesn't have a spawn point right here, but I like checking the big pools anyways, just in case he's... yeah, we can kind of follow this river all the way up. Boars get more aggro and also eat everything. Huh. Bears not picky eaters. You could say it's no good. Someone had mentioned the downsides of getting such a low-level bear. Would you have done it anyways? I think somebody did. I think I was warned. I wanted the bear, and I was going to have the bear. It was, hey, look, he's more loyal to me now. Which, I'm kind of miffed. I got really excited about all the loyalty levels until I realized that the only thing that having your pet more loyal to you does is it makes him less hungry. It makes him eat less often. It has nothing to do with his damage. It has nothing to do with his training points. It has nothing to do with how fast he gains experience. All it's going to do is make the guy less hungry. That's it. And, I mean, that's nice, but I have food. I can... Here. I saw one over here. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. Where'd it go? It was padding. It was padding this way. You can sometimes see them by the water disturbances if you have your water graphics turned up. Squest is annoying because they're all stealthed, but I'll go get the King's Blood. That's for me. It gives training points? Oh, yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah. But you're going to get it anyways. Like, it's just not that... I don't know. I was underwhelmed, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Titles really only mean something to someone extremely deep in Hazel lore. Which titles? An extra step. Druids too. Am I shooting? There we go. Now I am. But Salmon should be nearly 19. Salmon's also nearly dead. That's not true. He's got half his health. I managed to give him some of the stamina things. There we go. So now you're 19. Do I now have, with your new loyalty level and your new... Yeah, he's got 33 training points. I can probably give him Claw 4 now. Not Claw 4. Claw 3, pardon me. Growl 3 requires 20, which isn't have yet. I'm not really bothering with the resistances. Where's Claw 3? Oh, I already gave him Claw 3, didn't I? I did. All right, well, never mind. I can't give him anything yet. I mean, I could dump points into the resistances, but I'm not too fussed about that. I'd rather kind of hold off on that until the, I don't know, end. I give him stamina, I give him armor. Those are pretty universally applicable. Was I underwhelmed or was I whelmed? My warlock has not perished. She safely rests in Ironforge. Why have I done this? I've committed to Raptor Strike very early. Pets can be revived. They're only dead if you want them to be. That's a personal hunter choice. I choose for my pets to not be dead. I'm putting this much work into them. I want to keep them. I'm very excited for 20. I think 20 is going to be great. Salmon. Get them. I was grinding raptors for a little bit. Ooh, herbies. We like herbies. I can either make alchemy stuff out of them that I can sell, or I can just sell them directly. One of the above is going to be true. I need the gold. I need the gold real bad. My warlock has gold, but I'm not really mixing and matching on them too much because I don't want one of them to become like my gold farming character. I want them to kind of be vaguely self-sufficient. I'm not doing it in like a hermetically sealed environment or anything. I have sent them a couple like greens and whatever that they've dropped, but... Oh, there's one. I need it. Here, get a claw off too. And then I'm going to Serpent Sting. And then as soon as I think I rip dagger off it, now we're going to concussive shot. Yeah, it's better. That's better. Next time someone asks if the warlock is dead, can I link the clip of the other warlock dying? Is that too mean? I think it might be a bit, not what they're looking for. I said something about putting it on text in the screen, and then I decided I was too lazy. Give him a shield and a short sword. Ah, primary thorn. And then life root. Life root's super good. Don't tell me you could see oh, the stream title. For some reason, I thought you meant like WoW character titles, and I was confused because I don't even have any in Classic. Yeah. I think that my odds of enticing unknown people via stream titles is not high to begin with, so I've just kind of put in whatever I want. It's not like, well, I don't know. I have no idea what people look for when they browse unknown streams. Not a clue. I wouldn't say that my mindset is focused on channel growth. It should be. It's not. I'm mostly laser focused on getting through every day feeling like I did all right. I came in here to see you feed the fish. It is somewhat of a fish theme stream. We've got the bear named Salmon. We have the shirt. The real life fishies are good. My dog has not managed to steal their food yet, which is a plus. That's a win in my book. I don't know. I couldn't tell if he wanted their food or if he wanted like one of the like just to grab an object that was up there. He likes to take things. He's a puppy. He just wants to check everything out and find out what it is and then bite it until it falls apart. There we go. There we go. There was also a fen creeper around here. Yeah. Haha. Got you now. Why tame pets that are low level? I wanted a white bear, and this was the easiest to access option that was available to me before like winter spring levels. Some of the other ones that were closer in level were like rare spawns or just otherwise no fun to get to. This one was a reliable spawn that was in an area that I was pretty close to, and I at the time underestimated the load of getting him caught up. But we're doing great. We're doing great. Salmon, you're 27% of the way through level 19 already. Plus, it's kind of fun. It is kind of fun having another goal aside from just my hunter's level bar, because all of this is leveling my hunter. In order for a mob to give my pet level experience, it also must be green for me, which I discovered recently, and I was kind of miffed because it was rude. But it means that all of this stuff gives me experience too. So I'm also kind of leveling, but I'm not too focused on my hunter's level. So that means that whenever, like, you know, I finally get done, I'm going to look up and be like, oh wow, I actually ground out like a level and a half or whatever just in the process of doing that project. And I wasn't even stressing about like where to go quest next or anything like that. I was just kind of living my life. So, you know, it's like a little mini project that goes a lot faster. it's a slow project to catch up a bear, but, you know, getting a bear 1 level is not too bad. That's pretty reasonable. I think once we get to 20, I'm gonna start actually trying to have Salmon hold aggro. Respawn's super rare in Classic. They can be. They can also be dangerous sometimes. And if, like an elite mob, if you're trying to tame it, is going to, even if it's quite low below your level, is going to be kind of gross because even with Freezing Trap, it's still going to be beating on you for a while. Like, it takes 20 seconds to tame a pet. Freezing Trap will freeze it for like 9 or 10 of those. You can maybe, with cleverness, lose a few more to like take a few more seconds of travel time, but you're still going to have to face tank it for a little bit, and it needs to like not stun you or anything. And the whole time you don't have a pet summon, so you're quite vulnerable. It just felt like the best course of action to be. If I was a hunter pet, what would my name be? Hazel. I think. Right? Yes? Interesting to see you enjoy a past version of a class that plays totally differently now. I think this is what I miss when I think about Hunter. A lot of the Hunter time that I've spent in the game, I spent in like Wrath. And it was already somewhat changed by Wrath, but it was closer to this than it is to the modern version of the Hunter. And I think I kind of miss that. I think I'm nostalgic for the old Hunter. I liked the pet management. Oh, I can grind raptors, although I don't have skinning. I like running around the pools and grabbing herbs. I liked the pet management. I could go either way on mana. I don't really need mana. I think I prefer focus, but I just got kind of attached to this old version of it. And I like it better. Not after what you eat. If I was named after what I eat, I think in all fairness, you would need to call me either bread or noodle. I won't lie to you. I am a fairly carb-powered being. What is your name if you are named after what you eat? Allie doesn't have being a puppy as an excuse. 8.5. Waits until I'm in the bathroom, then gets in the trash. Oh man, bathroom trash scares me because floss is such a dangerous thing for them to eat. And I'm terrified that he's going to like decide to consume some of it and then tie his organs up into a bow. But so far he's not actually gone, well, not gone. Every time I say, oh, he hasn't done this thing yet, he does it like 2 days later. It happened with shoes. It happened with tearing up the rug. It happened with, I don't know, there was some other thing that I was like, oh no, he actually leaves that alone. Toilet paper. My mom was like, has he discovered toilet paper yet? And I'm like, no, was he supposed to? And then 2 days later, he's like, look what I found, Mom. I can eat this. Oh man. Fen Dweller, Fen Lord. I don't really want to pull that. I'm just going to take this life root and get out of here. Carby? How about Mac? Noodle. Got my puppy her own shoe. She left the rest alone. Been a while? Get by. Wonder if it rolls down every time. He's a little scientist. He managed to remove the roll from the holding device, which was not one that closed on both ends. He's not that much of a Houdini. He managed to remove the roll and take it back to his dragon hoard, which is basically just his spot. He's got a mat that he lays on, but that's where he brings all his treasures whenever he's found something. If he's like thieved a napkin or a glove or something like that, you can bet he's taking it back to his bed. And had gotten it into a million pieces. Is he building a dam like a beaver? I've really interfered with his building process if he is attempting to make a dam. I don't know what it is with the soft claw things. I think that if I just let him have them for a minute, then he would like get bored of it and leave it alone. I think it's the novelty that's making them attractive to him. But if I like just let him keep my glove for a while and then he A, ruins it, or B, decides he really likes it, I feel like I have only myself to blame for letting him keep the glove for a while, you know, like... So I mostly try to prevent him getting the stuff in the first place, but, you know, he's a puppy. It's a fun game. First hunter died at 32. Next hunter's alive at 35. Progress. Very, very good. Also, Denari with an 8-month resub. What a cute hunter pet. Why, thank you. You know, there's a lesson to be learned from my hunter pet, sort of, for me. It was that one of the reasons, I mean, I liked trout. Trout was my ghost saber that I tamed out in northern, like the ruins of Mathestra, northern Darkshore. It's like that white spotted saber that a lot of people have now. And I got it because I was kind of nostalgic for having had it in Wrath. And back in Wrath, it wasn't a super common pet to have. People would like ask me about it. I felt all cool and unique. And now in hardcore, times have changed and people know things now. And I felt like all I saw were other people that also had the ghost saber. And I started to feel a little special with it. And I was like, okay, you know what I'm going to do instead? I want a pet with a little higher health, a little higher armor value. I want a bear. I like bears. They're cute. I want a bear. And then I decided the white one's the cutest one, and I get it, and we're living with Salmon. And ever since I've tamed this white bear, ever since I brought Salmon home and I've started leveling him, all I see is other hunters with white bears, exclusively. Yeah. So, moral of the story is that you will never be unique in anything, so you can't let that be a reason behind doing what you're going to do. If you're doing things just to be different, you're going to discover sooner or later that there's too many people on Earth and you're not that different. Trout is free in the wilderness, as is tuna. They've both retired from my service to go spread tales of my tales of me throughout the land. To be fair, you are teaching him how to manipulate objects with the puzzles. I'm giving him a healthy... You saw the video. I'm giving him a healthy way to get out his object manipulating instincts. My baby's so smart. My baby's so cute. My baby's so fluffy. I love my puppy dog. I think you are the only one who has a white bear named after a fish, though. For now. Yeah, I think I only noticed it because I'm looking. What do they call that? Dunning-Kruger syndrome? Something like that? Where, you know, something is pointed out to you and then all of a sudden you just see it everywhere. I had a thing where recently, I got it into my head that I wanted to have soft-boiled eggs with strips of toast again. I hadn't had this in a long time, and I got into my head that I wanted to make this. But I didn't have any egg cups, and I had only one shot glass, and I wanted to prepare this meal for two. Because shot glasses can serve as an egg cup in a pinch, but I only had one shot glass. So I think to myself, all right, I'd like to purchase 2 egg cups. Where shall I get them? And I go looking around online, and per website, no one really has them except for Amazon, which has like 2 egg cups for like $20, just like ridiculous. Or like H&M for some reason had some as well. And eventually I poked around quite a bit. And eventually I was like, fine, I'll get the Amazon ones. I found like a pair of them that were like $17 for the 2 of them. And I'm like, this is outrageous. But if I take good care of them, they're cute, you know, at least. They got little polka dots on them. And I get the egg cups. And then the next day I go to Canadian Tire, which is like a general store that also has a kitchenware section. Going there for cat food, dog treats, etc. And in the store, which, mind you, I checked the website and the app and couldn't find any references to egg cups, I passed by 3 separate displays that have egg cups individually purchasable for $2 each. In ceramic, porcelain, there were plastic ones. And I'd never seen anything like that before. It's like I manifested them into the universe, but like not in a good way. Not in a helpful way after I'd already spent the money and gotten the other ones. Does IKEA do home delivery? IKEA's not on the island, so they would have to bring it from the mainland, which would be excessive. For some reason, I love buying secondhand clothes, but I don't do dishes or any food prep stuff from secondhand stores because I don't trust the paint. And I'm sure it's not very much of it, but some very old dinnerware and food prep items will be made from less food, like things that we've later discovered to be not as food safe. So I will do dishes new. Amazon has easy returns. You don't know me. I am not a returning things kind of person. Except for your haunted Dutch oven from the side of the road. That is true. That was an exception. I got a couple good batches of beans out there. I did eventually return it to the side of the road. I realized that I had made what I was going to make with it. It was not going to become a regular part of my life, so I set it back out to be free, and it's moved on to a new home now. What am I doing? I'm looking for 2 more fen creepers. We're close. Close. Dunning-Kruger's about uninformed people overestimating how much they know. What am I thinking of? What am I thinking of? The thing where you you know, something is brought to your awareness and you start seeing it everywhere, even though it was there beforehand. Got my dice today. Congrats. Hey, Hazel. How much GSD husky is Moose? Apollo is 8112. Shows in his husky butt, different fur. Husky bits of his personality, mostly black, flecks of white T on his chest. It sounds a lot like Mr. Moose. I don't know because the DNA test has not processed yet. I think maybe it got hung up at the border a bit because it is definitely late. He sounds a lot like yours, though. He's got kind of the fluffy fur in the butt. His tail is kind of fluffing out a bit. He's got like a different colored stripe in the bottom of his tail, and he will sometimes hold it curved over his back. He's got like a little extra fluffy fur like behind his ears and the back corners of his neck. And then when he gets grouchy, he groans in a very husky-like fashion. He will throw husky tantrums, mostly because he's tired and he got his favorite squeaky toy stuck under the couch. And even after I get it out for him, he'll just kind of hold it in his mouth and go, ugh, which is like the most relatable thing I've ever seen. If the DNA test comes back as part beaver, would you encourage his dam building? I mean, at that point, it's just enrichment. I want the Mage... No, I don't even want the Mage Royal. Mage Royal is vendor trash in this version of the game. I want 2 more fen creepers. Where do I want to find them? If we get back down to the road, we'll be fine. There'll be more down that way. That Jevon is hitchhiking successfully. If we weren't an ocean apart, they'd have a cracking time together. He met another puppy that was a similar size and energy and age to him that he got to have a play date with yesterday. And man, they were romping. He is such a goofball when he's playing with other puppies. Holy moly. He gets himself sat on is his thing. He likes to throw himself to the ground and lay on his back and kick his feet up like a cat. And then other dogs will be like, what are you doing? And then they'll kind of like get over top of him and just lay down. And he'll be like, oh. When he's fully done it to himself. Like it'll kind of look like other dogs that push him down, but if you're watching carefully, you'll notice that he throws himself to the ground first. And then the other dog's like, wait, I didn't do it. What do you mean? What's he doing? Holy. They're super needed for swiftness pots. Oh, swift thistle. Yeah. For a moment, I thought you meant Mage Royal, and I was like, wait, no. There's no way. Yeah, swiftness pots are great. I carry around a couple of them on my warlock just to get out of places. That's my get out of emergencies free thing. I don't have any on this character, and I don't know why. I guess I have this idea that you know, she's just got to stand her ground and live or die. It's either going to work out for her or it's not. Ooh, very close to level 20. Very, very close to 20. Is that a high enough level? Yeah, it is. You go get that one. Mage Royal is decorative. Oh, it drops with thistle. I see. I gotcha. Apollo's way of starting play is a running headbutt. It's so bizarre. Puppies are goofy. You can't push me down if I'm already laying down. He does good. I'm glad he plays nicely with other dogs. He seems good at taking social cues from other dogs too, which I appreciate. Because I know you can get into trouble if your dog isn't understanding another dog telling them to back off. But other dogs that are being like, hey, excuse me, you're being too much. He'll be like, oh, sorry. And he'll just try to go find somebody his speed to play with. I want to find 2 more fen creepers. And then Salmon's level 20 now. Congratulations, Salmon. Happy birthday. Woo! Good job, Salmon. Peace stream. Growl 3. Go get it. Bite 4 and Claw 4 are both level 24, so we were basically saving up our training points for then. We already have enough, but that's alright. We've got all that. That's all trained. Yeah. But he now has the same level of threat gen via... Ooh, Steel Bloom. Oh, it's probably on the Orc campsite though, but it's Steel Bloom, but it's probably on the Orc campsite. Nope, not with an underleveled bear. Not with an underleveled bear. Maybe with a fully leveled bear, not with an underleveled bear. Lost my warrior with Engie to a target dummyable situation right before I could make target dummies. Professional leveling was right there. Oh no. Alright. 2 more fen creepers. We can do it. We can do it. My hunter is at 28. We have recently learned a few good things. I actually improved my aspect of the hawk, which is not doing me a ton of good right now. Well, here, let's see. Let's give him a head start. 1 growl. I'm going to let him keep it for 2 growls. And then I'm going to open up with just the serpent sting and auto shot. And I'm going to see if Salmon can hold it now. He can hold it! I have a tank pet! At least for the level 24. Oh, that's funny. Took him down to about half health, but as long as it's just 1, that's fine. Let's go check on Kixel. Our death was due to furbolgs, got accidentally spicy. Camps are always so spooky. So spooky. The null camps in this zone, in the wetlands, terrify me. Even in a group of like 2 or 3, I still don't like those big dense camps. There's just too many. Locke did not die. She's fine. She's just getting more rested. I'm taking... this character has some rested to burn, so I'm trying to catch up on it. 3 silver, 356? No, not really worth it. Sometimes that vendor has steel bloom for sale at like 2 gold per, and that's pretty juicy. Or not 2 gold, 2 silver, but it's worth like 20 silver or more sometimes. Okay. All right. You go get it. Go get 5 Sunders. There we go. 2 rails. He's an adult now. Oh, I'm so proud of him. That 3rd rank of growl really makes a big difference. That's nice. That's going to make it, I think, quite a bit faster because I do so much more damage from range than I do in melee. It doesn't help that my melee... I have daggers... and they require level 18 and 20, and I'm 28, so they're pretty far behind. But every time I checked the auction house to see if I could get better weapons, the answer was nope, not really. Here, let's see if I can do it on the back of 1. So here, we'll let him growl, bite, claw, but then I won't wait for the 2nd growl. Let's see if he can hold it now. Yeah, he can. Oh no, goose goose. Thank you for your stream yesterday. Kicked me into making my end of season list. Finally farming Otto. Oh, nice. Otto's the cutest. Otto is like one of my favorite Dragonflight cards. It's been bugging me. Do you have an opinion on making Deathlog show slightly higher level deaths, 10 plus? Yeah. The Deathlog running log, I'm kind of almost over. I don't really check it that much anymore. It's mostly something I read if I'm bored. But yeah, you could make an argument for 10 plus on that one. I think I bumped the alert up to like 30, 20 or 30 plus or something like that. I could even turn the alert off at this point. Sneaky. Michael MM, thank you for the 49-month resub. Holy moly. That's an eternity. I'm happy. I got some stuff done yesterday. It felt good. What did I do yesterday? Stuff. Did I do stuff? Yeah, I did. Oh, I watered all my plants because I couldn't stop thinking that they were screaming at me. Jeff mentioned something yesterday about a study that said that plants emit a sound when they're in pain, and I looked around at all my houseplants and went, uh-oh. So I went and did a lap, and I did some watering, I did some pruning, I did some rearranging, and they all look much better now. I wiped down like all of the surfaces that they were on, and yeah, here we go. So you go get that. Sorry. No, they needed it. I'd been wanting to do it too. I just didn't realize how much it was kind of getting out of hand. I get into these slumps sometimes where things that I normally have no problem keeping up on just kind of slowly sort of creep up on me and pile up, and then you look around your life and you're like, oh geez, it's buried me. I am at the bottom of a garbage heap of things that I really should have done that weren't that big of a deal on their own, but now they're going to suffocate me. Kibian, thank you for the 13-month resub. I just wish that doing things didn't make me so anxious. It wouldn't make me as anxious if I did them more, you know, like a little exposure, but it's hard to pull the trigger and actually like start something that's been getting you. Even if you know it's going to make you feel better in the long run, it still sucks. I want there to be a fen creeper here. Excuse me. One fen creeper. Oh, hey, thank you. Wow, that worked. I was just kind of manifesting. That is why our only plant currently is a prickly pear. That thing will live through anything. Likely outlive us. I'm really lucky that a lot of my plants seem really resilient. A lot of them seem very drought tolerant. I am more likely to underwater than overwater my plants. And they do good. Tutti Frutti the Dutchie. Thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. DPS time walking queue's getting long. Oh, I'm sorry. Get the to-do list done, but if it doesn't make it onto there, because I forget, it's not happening. Hey, getting the to-do list done is massive. My version of getting a to-do list done is having made a to-do list, and then whether or not I do anything on it is like totally an open question. We're just proud of me for getting to the step of writing them all down. Because before that, I was denying their existence. I'm going to vendor the sword. I'm tempted to learn the sword. It's a terrible sword. It's a 0.1 DPS upgrade over a dagger. It requires herbalism 100, which I have. I'd have to train swords, which I haven't done yet. I'm just going to vendor it, but that's pretty funny. And some experience for me. All right, I'll get the mage rail this time. Swift thistle. Here I come. Gotta write a to-do list at the top, but then you'd have a sword. I'd have the Phyto Blade. So now, Salmon, how do you feel? You're level 20 in a bit. What you really need next, your next threshold is going to be like 24. I want to go have a little poke around. It's not going to be nearly as good in this character because I'm herbalism. My best farming spots probably are like up where I was, honestly, like Crocolisks in the northern area, because that was all kinds of, there was Briarthorn, there was like Majorel and Swift Thistle, there was Life-Root, there was the occasional King's Blood. I probably want to stay in the open plains. The raptor farming area is kind of interesting because it's just, there's chests in there, and I love treasure chests. Sometimes they have good things for me. There's Raptor Ridge too, though. Like the one that's like up here that way. We could look into that. Now, let's try a couple whelps. Life-Fruit is indeed nice. I got 3 King's Blood. I just need... My alchemy is up to 195, which I'm pretty proud of. I think that's pretty good. I think I need to check the guide, and by the guide I mean I just look up the professional wowhead and I kind of sort recipes by skill level to get a feel for what I could make next. These are super good, but you have to get Goldthorn for them. You could buy the Goldthorn and still make a profit if you manage to move them, and I've been kind of sort of doing that. So maybe next time I'm in town I'll do that, but I need some more recipes pretty soon. I guess I could make 5 of those and sell them. They're a bit of a tough sale because they're expensive, but people do buy them for I mean, it's a good survivability potion. It's funny because it's something that I think in regular, you know, classic life would be pretty useless because it's like a mid-level health potion. You know, people would just get, I don't know, priest buff. Okay. Yeah, you could get the red whelp from the whelps. I don't know which whelps. If it has to be the red whelps or if the lost ones can drop it too. But I ground that out a couple of times during Wrath. And I kind of was hoping I would get it to drop in hardcore, but it's a really low drop rate, so I'm trying not to get my hopes up too much. Oh no, I ripped. Ripped aggro, not died. Good afternoon, gamers. Good afternoon. Herbalism also give the healing spell. That's a later thing, as far as I know. That was not in Classic. Swiftness spots are so key. They saved my butt twice last night. Solo Warrior is pretty impressive. Warrior seems like a class that's very strong with support, and you have to really, really use your tools and your thinker, your thinking noodle. Oh, I didn't let him. I need 5 Sunders, 5 Sunders. Take it back, take it back. Oh, all right, never mind. Uh-oh. Listen, you go get that one. I will fight this one. There we go. Now we should have lots of aggro on that one. I am gonna... What am I gonna do here? Salmon is almost dead. That thing's almost dead too. We're fine, right? Everybody's happy. Everybody's feeling good. Ouchie, oofy, owie. Should probably watch my flanks and make sure I don't pick up aggro like that again. That was pretty dangerous. I did not use a health pot. I probably could have. I've kind of let my band-aids lag behind in this character. She's still using wool band-aids, and they're not very good. they don't do very much of my health anymore. I can't even make heavy wool bandages yet. Yeah. Yeah, now that we're actually range tanking, this is going much faster. I'm happy with this. I don't think I'm ready to take him to like a higher level questing or grinding spot just yet, but this isn't too bad. Do you feel like your hunter pulls more aggro than your warlock? It's hard to judge right now. It's not going to be really a fair comparison until until my pet's caught up. Right now, my hunter absolutely pulls aggro more easily than my warlock, but that's because my pet's under leveled. He's got 8 levels to catch up before he's even with me. I always felt that I don't know if I could make an accurate judgment on that. I think they're pretty close in terms of keeping aggro. For both of them, I want to let the pet hit and taunt first before I do anything. And in the case of a more... The higher level mobs are more likely to dodge and resist Salmon's attacks, because that's going to be like basically a red mob to him. So I really want to farm more of these like 24s for a little bit still. Oh, Mage Royal. Warlocks pull more aggro unless you have the upgraded blueberry. I have upgraded my blueberry. I also have chosen to not really... I like the playstyle of having my pet tank for me, so I've chosen to not take spells and do a rotation that's going to be the highest threat. I don't use Searing Pain at all. I don't use Shadow Bolt at all. I will set up my pet on a target. I'll have him taunt. And then I will throw up my 3 dots, and then I'll just wand. That's the most damage I'm really going to do to it. Yeah, I think 24s he can hold for now. 24s and 23s. The 25s and 6s are a little bit rough on him still. They do give him more experience. If I don't mind hitting them myself, he's going to get more XP from these. It's just a question of making sure that you're not gonna die. Here, there's a nice level 24 whelp. Yeah, the only reason that the pet leveling is this rough on me right now is it's my own fault. I elected to tame a much lower level pet halfway through. I had a pet that was my level, and I decided I wanted to let it go, be free, and I wanted a bear. I wanted a white bear. I had to go get Mange Claw. I couldn't just keep the Ashenvale bear that was already level 27. I've certainly made this harder on myself than I needed to. Have to keep an eye on your defense skill too if you're used to pet tanking. And that is one nice thing about catching this pet up, is that my defense skill has caught right up because I've been face tanking quite a lot. So my daggers are pretty caught up. My defense is almost nearly caught up as well. They're in better shape than probably even my warlock's tanking is. Which is nice because it means that if you ever do get into a situation where like maybe a mob like resists a whole bunch or is just hitting you for whatever reason, you have some tankiness available to you. You've got some time to kill it or to think of something else before it just instantly, you know, obliterates you and turns you into snackies. Dwarf Hunter with Bear, maximum nostalgia. Tamed a white bat in Tirisfal Glades, level 11, kept until 60 in Classic. Kept till 70 in TBC, too. I miss having that kind of connection to pets. Every time I start a new hunter on retail, I tell myself I'm going to find the perfect pet. And that's going to be my one pet. And I'm going to build that connection again. just by using it all the time. And I never quite do it because usually I look through the vast catalog of pet appearances to try to find the perfect one. And then I find it, but I'm like, well, I can only tame this at level like 40 or whatever. No. No. This is not good. This is not good. This is okay. I have a health pot, if needed. Salmon had 2% health. Hey, I got a briar thorn. Look at that. Oy. Somewhere out there, Flabby is just, like, twitching. Shadow Meld cannot be done in combat in this version of the game. I also don't have Feigned Death yet. That's a level 30 thing. I'm going to... I guess just Band-Aid for now. Good morning, Hazel. Good morning. How are you? Never understood why all the oozes have a skull head. I mean, if I was an ooze, I might want to get a skull. You know what it actually reminds me of a little bit is the Kandra from the Brandon Sanderson Mistborn trilogy. And like the mist rays that were like pre-Kandra that had the, you know, they would just kind of like glob along and like absorb a bunch of corpses and then just like jumble them together and be like, I mean, they wouldn't say anything, but they could have if they'd wanted to, if they were given the gift of, never mind. There we go, Salmon. Shake it off. Oh, Mage Royal. Kezo3, thank you for the 49-month resub. Oh, I didn't let him get enough aggro first. Appreciate it very much. Feigned Death's one of my greatest tools. I feel like it's gonna betray me. It's gonna backfire on me. I think I'm gonna get Feigned Death and I'm gonna try it sometime and I'm gonna mess it up or it's gonna resist or like... And that's gonna be my only plan. And then I'll be like, well... Whoops. Oops. I'm gonna get a second growl before I... I don't have any stuns or kicks yet. I'm not terribly far away from getting intimidation, though. Also, apparently, Rip Dagger. When do the pets get play dead? Not a classic thing? I don't think so. Feel badly when my pets to die. That's probably my get out of jail as a hunter, is just to recognize early that it's a messed up situation, have my pet grab the thing, and then just abandon it. Just book it out of there and hope for the best. That's probably the move. Oh, it's pretty close. I'm happy with all the herbs I'm getting. I need this. Am I gonna get a double welt pull? Let's pull him back a little bit. Oh, we got a double welt pull. Also, I pulled him back with the wrong spell, so we need to crunch the rest of this. And then I don't have rapid fire up again just yet. I actually want to pull it off of Salmon because Salmon's gonna die if he takes any more of it. So there we go. Oh, bud. This will all go better when you've caught up a little bit more. Yet he's still happy. Hey, didn't die. He knows I've got his favorite mushrooms in my bag. This bear's never been hungry for longer than about 30 seconds. Ooh, gotta watch out for those dark iron dwarves. Those are no good. Ooh, is that good? It's a strength stam shield. That has to be good for somebody. Is it pretty? I suppose it doesn't matter. It's no transmog in this version of the game. I'm happy with that. Am I rich yet? I've got 2 gold 79. Another 3 gold 20 or so, and I'll be able to afford my final 14 slot bag. And at some point, I gotta get better melee weapons. Although, I mean, they're stat sticks. They're not awful. I've got 4 agi on one and 2 agi 2 stam on the other one. They're actually somewhat comparable to the other... weapons that are available. It's just the DPS of them that's really behind. But in theory, I shouldn't be doing too much meleeing. It's just that in practice, sometimes, especially if, you know, Salmon gets a taunt resisted, it works out this way. What am I most excited for in next month's training post? I want the broom mount. I want the fill the bar reward. I don't actually know what I'm going to spend on. The mount is another infernal, and I'm kind of infernaled out. I farmed both of them from HFC. I have the... I never ride any of them. I don't even really like the colors. I am whiny lately. I don't know if I want the mount. Is basically what I'm saying. I want it because it's a mount, but I don't know if I want the mount. The broom mount is amazing. It's the other one that I'm not so convinced on. But maybe it's a good time for... Maybe it's a good month for me to just, like, re-save up some tender. I might buy that big staff, actually. Hey, congrats, Salmon. Level 21. I might buy that big caster staff. Definitely getting that bloody broom. Your infernals need more friends, surely. You think they just, like, remove all of their own heads and play cricket? I'm just gonna roam around the highlands and fight raptors. I want the druid transmog. One of the weapon sets I thought was kind of cool. The druid weapon sets were pretty, but they look so similar. And I know this is true for the other class sets as well. They're not super unique. They look so similar to the ones that we got. I don't remember when we got them. BFA maybe? There was like a staff that looked almost exactly like that I already have. I think that because I've accepted that I will never have everything from the trading post, I've become a little bit disenchanted with getting anything from the trading post. Yeah, we can pull that one back a little bit. Unless there's something like super cool. The Imp in the Ball toy I'm confused about because it says it's a Horde toy. And I'm pretty sure I have an Imp in the Ball toy that's not Horde specific, and I want to know, is it a different one? I don't know, I'm confused. I'll have to take a look at that. Looks like a PvP set from Legion. The staff is a Darkshore Warfront staff. I like the fist model. Have all of them from Heimel already. Don't know if the grain's different enough. Yeah. Yeah, it might be a regen tender kind of month for me, which works out because I'm sure I'm going to need it for something else later. I want to make sure I can afford pets whenever they do pop up. There's been some really cute pets from the trading post. The little ogre, the little baby ogre is still like one of the best things that I think they've done. Nice and unique and different. Wait till the Christmas items come out. I'm not going to send you in there, Salmon. There's a 26 with the slime right behind it, and we're going around. I'm not going to do that to you, bud. What about this one? 25. Need that candy cane sword that was previewed. Do you find the Trading Post class weapon transmog match the 10.2 mythic tier set? To be completely honest, I haven't looked. I don't know. That would be neat. That would be cool. I want to get my WoW characters kind of cleaned up. Not that I'm deleting any of them, but I just want to get maybe their bags cleaned up or something like that. Their bags and their quest logs or something. I want to make my retail account feel more manageable before next patch. I need to finish a few things. I certainly need to finish Whelp Daycare. Or I would like to finish Whelp Daycare just to have one less thing hanging on. I think today, if I do it today, I get the blue whelp, the 4th of 5. I'm not too far away from finishing the whole thing. So I want these, but I don't want the double pull. Oh, he's hungry. Don't worry, bud. I got a mushroom right for you. We're ready to go. Not that you're deleting them yet. How long do you think it'll take for the PvP mount? A while. I think that's gonna be a pretty big project, to be honest with you. We PvP'd for how long yesterday? Probably half an hour at least to do 2 rounds of solo shuffle, and got what, 2%? So you could extrapolate that out to 4% per hour. I need another 70%. It's not looking pretty. But it's a vicious war snail. I need it. I need it. And it could start going faster later on. Especially if I can like get to a point where I'm just going 3 and 3 a lot. 3 and 3 is perfect because you're not really climbing rating very fast, but you are still technically getting progress. That would be great. Why am I so slow? It's because oh my goodness, I've turned on auto walk. I changed my keybind and I think I might need to change it again because if that gets me killed in hardcore because I'm just like RP walking away from something, I will do nothing. Get wrapped up in getting world quests and I got roped into hardcore. I wonder if he resisted a taunt or something. Yeah, Warlock's okay. That'd be me walking away like in a movie. Oh, I want... Ooh, I got a green. I got a green. It's a Stamint green. Those are pretty valuable. Nice. Supposedly I can get like a half a gold for that. What did I want to do? I want to change that key binding. I'm just going to add another modifier to it. I'm pretty sure I put it on Shift W. Oh no, somebody fell. I'm going to put it on Control Shift W. Just to make it harder to accidentally hit. Because that would be a real tragedy. Pull it back because that raptor's kind of patrolling. There we go. And then another person fell to death in Ashenvale. They're different guilds, so they could be unconnected. How do you fall to death in Ashenvale? I guess there's mountains? I don't know. That's I don't know about all that. Let's get another food buff. Maybe they were bungee jumping? I always end up turning my sound off. Control S, I always forget to change it. Oh, I've had a couple of instances in my life where I've accidentally... I like having a keybind for toggling run walk because I like being able to turn on RP walk because I like using it to film... to like, you know, record footage of mounts and stuff. And also sometimes I just like, I don't know. I like RP walking, so I like having it on a keybind. But in a couple of occasions in my life, I've turned it on and then not understood that I've turned it on and been like, why am I so slow? There was an arena match. I'm pretty sure I did that in like Warlords of Draenor back when I was playing at a higher rating with people that were like depending on me. A shimmering robe of the eagle. Why is that only... I mean, I think I can get more than 30 silver for that. That's an int stam robe. That's a level 20 int stam robe. That is some good stuff. And I was like trying to kite melee around the box in Dalaran sewers. And I was like, I can't get away. I can't get away. I'm slow. I'm slow. I'm slow. And we checked the footage later. Or like I came to understand that I had been RP walking the whole time. It was something that makes you look cool. Walking away from your latest kill. Hi everybody. Hello Simpton. How you doing? RP walking into arenas when the Brutosaurus first came out. Oh man. Sourville, thank you for the 15-month resub. Meow. Kitty meow. I have a very sleepy kitty cat on my lap. It's chilly in here. It's like 19 degrees or so, so she's soaking up the cozy sweatpants lap. How's my bag space doing? We got 22 slots of bag space left. Salmon is up to level 21 and a half. I wonder if I really go for it today, if I could get him all the way up to, if I could catch all the way up to 28 or like even 27 would be basically the same thing. You know, functionally similar. You sound like the Gen Z girls rooting through the Goodwill bins when you looted green. Oh. That sounds like fun. We believe. Are there any spookies down there? Any spookies guarding the mage rail? No. Mage rail for me? I opened on it a little too early. I should have let Salmon get a little bit more aggro. Although at 23 he can actually like attack it properly. There we go. Value Village, getting expensive AF. Yeah, people have varying feelings about it for varying reasons. I like it well enough. I still like poking around. I got my red flannel shirt and my the Happier Family Camping gray t-shirt with the bear on it. Those are both Value Village. Goodwill's my unending supply for my oversized graphic tees. The old ones are just better. There's something about finding the perfect secondhand one that just, I don't know, I like them more. I get more attached to them. Although now that he's starting to get caught up, he's not getting power leveled quite as much. I guess it's just a matter of finding continually higher and higher level mobs to grind. So the 24s are slowing down on him. Buccaneer's Pants of Healing. 18 to healing spells. There's got to be a priest out there that's doing dungeons. Oh, it's Briarthorn, which we like, but it's a Null Camp, which we do not like. That is not worth it. That's not worth it. I'm turning around. Not going up that hill. I found this super sick retro PlayStation graphic tee, turned in my absolute fave. Get asked to tank dungeons all the time. I bet. It's probably not that many running around. People definitely doing them. Yeah. Every now and then somebody will whisper, but not so much. I think DPS are probably a lot easier to come by. I imagine if I got Thogna to a higher level, people might contact her. I need to get out of range of that Briarthorn so I don't keep thinking that I should turn around and go get it. It's tempting me. It's talking to me, and I cannot do that camp. Certainly not with a level 20, 21 bear. Haven't been on a stream what feels like forever. Hi, Sylvie. Welcome back. Feel like I need liquid courage. I don't trust other people enough. I would do it if it was friends. If I had like a group of guildies and we were all in voice hanging out leveling, I would do dungeons with them. I don't think dungeons are that dangerous. I think most people die outside of dungeons. I think I just don't trust other people enough. Whispers in the priest before she died. Always awkward response, so I just log off for 5 minutes. Oh. Yeah. I'm a big fan of either the ghosting or I would just say no thank you. Or I would say no thank you, I am a chicken. I would claim cowardice in a self-deprecating way to try to soften the blow of no, I won't do a dungeon with you. No thank you. Bruiseweed. Been ghosted so many times I just do the ghosting back. Yeah. Yeah, half the time I don't even see messages, so I just assume that people assume I didn't see it because most of the time it's true. Shaman's still the lowest, getting to 60. It's interesting. I think so. I think that so Blizzard tweeted some updated hardcore stats after the first month of hardcore, and Shamans were one of the the class that had the least total deaths, and I think it has to do with like how many people make them. Because I think Shamans have correctly come to be seen as one of the hardest classes to level, so people don't make them as much. Hunters had the most deaths, despite the fact that I think they're a pretty good hardcore class, just because of pure, yeah, Shaman Horde only 2, that's also true, yeah. Just quantity, Hunters are pretty good, but there's so many of them, and I think people assume it's going to be easier than it turns out to be. And especially, like, it didn't say how many of those deaths were low level. Getting to 10 as a hunter, especially if you're just kind of like, you know, running into things and hoping for the best, is going to be kind of tricky because you don't even have a pet yet. And then you get a pet, and then you know, they're not always as reliable as you want them to be. What is that? Oh, it's steel bloom. I must have it. I must. That raptor got up there. Surely I can too. There must be a safe way up this hill. Excuse me, are there any stairs? Dodge? What do you mean dodge? Dodge, miss. It's only a level 24. I guess my pet's only 21. 24 is still 3 levels up. Tell people it's not good enough so they won't message you anymore. What's the best way? What message do you think you could reply to somebody that was like soliciting for a dungeon group that would make them the least likely to want to take you without just turning them down? Yeah. Okay, just hang on a second. Let me oh man. I'm trying to think of what would make me really nervous about somebody. Never done that dungeon ever. Is that in the Stormwind? Hold on, let me grab some shots. Internet keeps cutting it. What's up? That's a few too many of them. I needed to get up the hill anyways. That's where the flowers are. There's probably a path up there. Is it marked on the map? No. How did you get up there? I mean, I guess he spawned up there. Let me try up this way. I suck at wall climbing. I am terrible at finding paths up walls that have paths. Also, I don't want to die. I don't want to die like this. Oh, how depressing would that be? All the way to 28. Salmon's coming along beautifully, and then no, I needed a steel bloom. Dark Enforcer, thank you very much for the 38-month resub. Hi Hazel, off to get a tumor removed from my brain next week. Wish me luck. Hope to see you all on the other side of the operation, not the Shadowlands. Good luck. I hope everything goes very, very, very smoothly. Looking forward to having you back in here in no time. Don't go bungee jumping, you'll be fine. Yeah, RFK is generally Razor Fen Crawl. Love the hairdo. Why, thank you. I don't think I'm getting up in these hills. I don't think this is gonna work out. Well, nope. I mean, I could get up here, but like, then what? You know what I mean? No. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Somebody drowned Elwyn Forest. Oh dear. A lot of people name which number character they're on. Just name yourself a really high number. We were joking about starting a new character and having it be like Hazel 32. So people follow their death in Ashenvale. I know. It's just steel bloom is so valuable. You can use it to make so many yummy things. Oh man. Priest 77. All right, Sam. We're getting closer to 29 for me. Salmon, yeah, 22. At this point, 24 is the next big level where Salmon gets a bunch more damage. Until then, it's just him getting close enough in level to various mobs that he can actually hit them without getting dodged too much. These are a little dense. I'm gonna not. We're gonna walk our way back this way. Warrior 68. And where did you get the Hearthstone Well Played emote cushion from? BlizzCon 2018. I got it at the BlizzCon 2018 event. I bought it in person there and stuffed it into a suitcase to bring it home on the plane with me. What screams going into colder weather than the ice cream truck? There's an ice cream truck in Victoria that you'll see in the neighborhood sometimes. And it's like been really chilly, but it's still out doing the rounds. And I have a feeling that they're also doing like Instacart drop-offs. I feel like they're doing, you see them get out and like I think they're kind of multitasking ice cream truck driving and package delivery, which, you know, power to you. That's the shirt with a fish on it. I'm living my ultimate wildlife shirt dream in that I've got an old shirt with a big wolf on it underneath my big sweater with a big fish on it. Beloved neighborhood cafe selling their ice cream for half price now. Needs to be a margarita truck. So that's grave moss, which is kind of valuable, but is actually quite hard to sell. I wonder what you end up using it for. I kind of need to wowhead some alchemy stuff. Let me see if I can multitask this. Wowhead classic. Let's start with that. See if I can find some nice, easy single mobs to grind without getting myself into a terrible amount of trouble. So I want to pull this middle one back. This isn't really a great area to be multitasking. There's a few too many of them around here. And then get you in. And we can just kind of melee it at this point. Classic. I want to look at elk. Well, let's look at grave moss. And then let's look at what it's used for. So grave moss is a reagent for two things. One is shadow oil. The other one's shadow protection potion. Shadow oil is a consumable. Fade leaf grave moss applied to a melee weapon gives a chance of casting shadow bolt at the opponent when it hits. Lasts 30 minutes. And then protection potion is an hour-long potion that absorbs a flat amount of shadow damage. So, like, maybe not as valuable. I mean, it might be good for leveling, but I don't know. You need Fade Leaf for something that's a little bit more widespread. Let's look at alchemy. Let's go into alchemy skills. And then let's look at... Am I not shooting? I'm not shooting it. There we go. I'm sure he's got lots of threat now. Alchemy skill. So my alchemy is at like 195-ish. Crafted items? No. Recipes. Sort by skill. So if we go down to like 180, 190-ish, I should be able to make... Ooh, I could make Elixir of Agility. I bet that's real value. That's at the trainer. Can I make that already? Elixir of Agility. No, I just need to go see an alchemy trainer. I need to go back to Darnassus for that, actually. That's where the really big alchemy trainer is. And then we're also quite close. Frost Protection Potion doesn't sound that useful. Neither does Frost Power. Well, Frost Power maybe, but like Winter's Bite? I've never heard of that. That doesn't seem like a thing I'm tripping and falling over anytime soon. Nature Protection Potion. Detect Lesser Invis. Greater Defense. That's what we need. Greater Defense is going to be, again, Steel Bloom and Goldthorn. Brutal. That's why they're so valuable. Yeah, we'll pick the Grave Moss anyway. Here's Salmon. Miss Oregon. Made a new hardcore undead. Why are there so many people of different races leveling up in Tirisfal? It's pretty common to do starting zones after your own. If you do your own starting zone and then you go do the other one, it's going to be safer, easier quests that will still offer you some reasonable amount of experience for doing them. I did that on this character to some extent. Maybe it was my gnome. But, yeah, that could be it. Winter's Bite, the Seasonal Axe. Winter's Edge. Maybe. So Greater Defense is also on the trainer, at least. It sounds like I just need to go to Darnassus with a lot of gold. Man, where do you get Goldthorn from? That's where the real money is. I've been finding Steel Bloom here and there a little bit, generally speaking up very high and dangerous cliffs, but Goldthorn's got to be the stuff. Also, congratulations, Salmon level 22. Woo! Am I happy with grinding oozes? Not really. Although, Salmon can almost tank them properly now. Tons of Goldthorn and Arathi. I'm not ready to go to Arathi yet. I'm like, oh, especially not in this character. My Warlock is level 34 and she's closer to being ready to go to Arathi. I guess I just need to get my level caught up. My alchemy is probably pretty good for my level. But that would be pretty good. Pretty juicy gold. Up there yesterday, no one was picking it. I bet there's just, it's a smaller portion of the player base that's made it to the point where they can safely get around up there. It's, you gotta survive a few things before you can get to that point. I'm not too far from 29. I'm pretty happy about that. Do I get anything yummy at 30? Aspect of the Beast? No, thank you. No, thank you. Feign Death, very good. I think I'll take Feign Death. I might take another rank of Mongoose Bite. I do shockingly enough use it sometimes, but I might wait on that too. I might get that like later. My backspace is doing okay. We're up to 17 slots of backspace. One character of mine has died. My first Warlock died at level 15 a couple weeks ago. I haven't had any deaths since. Anyone purely grinded to 60? I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming yes as well. I think a lot of people... Actually, I don't know. I'm assuming a lot of people are grinding, especially in the second half of leveling, but I don't know that for sure. Careful not to feign death for too long. Yeah, I heard if you let the 6 minutes time out, you die for real, which is horrifying. Lost an 18 and a 26 rogue. A 20 warrior, 22 rogue now. Yeah, the mages farming seem to be pretty efficient. Oh man, it's so much nicer leveling this pet now that he can actually tank. He's still pretty squishy. He'll do a lot better later when he'll do a lot better at some point, but for now this is nice. And I'm catching up on my rested experience. Warlock's doing good. She's at 34. She is sitting in town building up a little bit of rested herself for next time. I had done some grinding on it last time. Oh, that's right. I was grinding in Northern Stranglethorn. I was doing some skinning, farming to make some gold. I was working through the early Hemet Nesting Worry quest. I think I was pretty happy with that spot. I think that was a decent spot to level / make gold. I might work on that Raptor Ridge a bit more sometime because that was great skinning. Pretty reasonable respawns. The spooky thing about it that Flabby was telling me about, that he has a point, is that if you do like overpull and you need to run, you're kind of surrounded on all sides from that ridge. There's like humanoid camps around you in most directions. So you need to not let it get out of control if you're going to grind there. Got myself murdered twice in one night, both level 5, no Morlock and a Nelf Priest. Oh no. First character I thought was in a hardcore server died at level 8. Confused as to why I could res. I was even more devastated all that work wasn't even on a hardcore character. Oh no. Oh man. Imagine you got to 60. Just going so slow and careful, and then you realize that you're on like, you know, a regular server. That's so good. Too much murder for one night. I would be tilted after the second one. I think that the first one would inspire me and the second one would crush me. I like grinding though. This is kind of like a cozy level bracket in Classic because you're high enough that like the greens that are dropping for you are pretty valuable. It's kind of exciting to be able to sell them. And you've got, you know, a couple different tools that you can use, but for the most part, you just set yourself up and auto attack away. I have 2 empty quiver spots. I have lots of arrows available. We're in good shape there. You can revive your pet. It's up to you. I am choosing to revive my pet if it dies. Yeah, learning spells does get really expensive. Hopefully you're making more gold as well, but it's, I don't know, it goes better for some characters and others. Really don't want to restart again. I'm getting to the point of my Warlock where if she died, I don't know if I would go in for another Warlock. I think partly because I've put so much time into her, and partly because her demon names are so good. You're never going to get a better Voidwalker than Hellgrave. He's too iconic. He can't die. He cannot. So I think that Warlock is... She's just going to have to not die. Most people die in the 25 to 40 range, buying a lot of BOEs to try and stay alive. You think a lot of people die 20 to... I mean, people die in all kinds of places, but I think that most people that make it to kind of like 20, 25 are much more likely to make it through to the rest of it. I think a lot of your deaths are before 20. I don't know. Pets demons are permadeath would suck for warlocks. I mean, for a warlock, though, I don't know how you would enforce it. For a hunter, you could dismiss a pet after it dies and then tame another one. But for a warlock, there's no way to... Like, I guess you could just never resummon a pet and play petlessly, but that would be pretty brutal. Dark Enforcer. Converted Prime sub to a tier 1 sub with 38 months. Thank you very, very much. Average level according to Deathlog, like 9, 10. I won't lie, I've kind of gotten over my head with the statistics in that I no longer know how to read them. I can look at the big page and I can look at all the graphs and I can go, huh. I have lost my ability to get any useful tidbits out of it. We keep on leveling. Every little bit of experience is a little bit of experience more than I had before. We keep on surviving. We're gonna make it. Plans to add the expects to hardcore? I don't know. I think we'll have to wait and see. I would be surprised if they do, just because the vast majority of the content on hardcore is leveling, and that's not going to be very... Leveling 1 to 60 isn't really going to be different, substantially different on classic servers as it would be on like TBC. Because it's a pretty small percentage of people that even make it to the point where they would be moving on into the newer content anyways. I think what they'd be more likely to do is do like seasons of hardcore with, you know, different rule sets. So like making official solo self-found servers, for example. Other kind of challenges that shake up the game a little bit. Zersay, I'm really glad to have you here. Leveled my first hunter back in Wrath. Favorite pet to go after was Timber, the rare wolf in Dunborough. Timber scares me. Timber jump scared me because I thought he was going to munch me. I want to feed my buddy his mushroom. There you go. He feels much better. 22.5. I'm nearly 29. So I have not yet been to Duskwood on this character. I could go, actually. I don't know if the herbalism is going to be very good out there. It'll be okay, I guess. But yeah, 29 is not an unreasonable time to go to Duskwood. If anything, it's a little over for some of the lower stuff. You just got to be careful out there. You got to watch out for Stitches. Stitches wants to play. Favorite theme for areas? Night Elf themed places in Dwarven. Ironforge is so wonderful. Ironforge, I like places that are brighter with more like natural light and sunlight. So Ironforge being kind of underground and lit with a lot of fires makes me feel a little chilly. I know that you'd think the fire would bring off the chill, but look at that place. It's stone and it's huge. There's no way you're heating that place. I always loved dwarves ever since the Aragon book series introduced me to fantasy. Yeah, I like the elfy areas. Ashenville in particular. Ashenville's dick. Mulgore. I also like the Echo Isles in the Sen'jin Village area. That always seemed kind of nice. I like the trolls that are just kind of like, you know, catching fish, hanging out, living their lives. Just seemed kind of cozy. Love the Night Elf and Legion. The music was amazing. Alright, we've got a double pull. I'm just going to let him back tank that other one. And then... Rapid fire doesn't last very long, but it does help me do enough damage to mostly sort things out. Good job, Salmon. You never could have done that at level 18. Proud of you, bud. Like the spooky zones myself. Tears, Fog Glades, Duskwood, both up there for me. Love the concept of world trees, so cool. You might enjoy the next Dragonflight patch. Oh, King's Blood. We need. Lots of delicious King's Blood. Kind of want to poke around the raptor cave, but it's a cave. There's not going to be any good herbs for me out there. I really should stick to the plains. I have the quest for the war banners. I could try to... Well, no, not yet. Not with an underleveled bear. I could try to pick off orcs for that. You can kind of get a few safe-ish ones off the periphery, but I wouldn't do it with an underleveled pet. They're pretty dangerous. They have nets. They can do all kinds of stuff. Love the whole continent of Pandaria. My favorite mop zone is the Jade Forest. I I'm a sucker for trees that have flowers on them. I love cherry blossoms, and I think that the jade forest is just so beautiful. I don't think I've ever heard the phrase "a big bubble blowing baby." That's not friendly. I think Sulfus is underrated. I see you in Wetlands general chat. Dame of Bond. I'm so close to 29. The question is, do I want to pack up salmon and move? Well, I guess I need to go back for some herb training at some point anyways, so we gotta stop by Darnassus. What is the Calendar equivalent of Duskwood? Stone Talent supposedly 15 to 27, so the Charred Veil actually. And you know what? The other nice thing about Stone Talent also, salmon. The nice thing about Stone Talent is that there is Steel Bloom up there. The early parts of Stone Talent are really low level, but I might poke around there because I think there might be some good Steel Bloom. I really hope I've ripped dagger on that thing, because poor salmon, look at him, he's got no health at all. Oh. But I need to stop by a city and I need to clear out my bags. Need to craft some potions and get some alchemy training. Although, training alchemy is going to be so expensive because I'm going to need to get a new level of it. They're probably going to want like 5 gold. I don't have 5 gold. This is going to be a double welt pull. Yeah, this is hardcore classic. Remember finding Grizzly Hills for the first time in Wrath, being completely mesmerized. Stone Talon Dustwallow about the same? You mean Duskwood? Because Dustwallow's like... Or am I mistaken? Am I confused? Dustwallow's not even in this game, is it? I'm on Skull Rock. I'm Skull Rock Alliance. I'm a hipster like that. King's Blood and Briarthorn. My warlock did not die. No, she's fine. I'm rotating through a couple different characters to, plus retail, to take advantage of some rested experience, and just to keep it from getting too boring. Because I'm in somewhat grindy levels now. My lock is 34. My hunter is 28, nearly 29, and it's pretty much just farm city out here. Oh, salmon's almost 23. That'll be good. You get there through the southern side of the Barrens. Calendar Thunder Altar. Oh, okay. If you die, the character name is not... Like, the character's still on the server, they just can't res, so the character name is saved for you. And then if you delete that dead character and recreate it, you could take the name back. I have chosen not to do that. I feel like I want every new character to have its own name. Look at all these herbs. I love it here. This is the best zone. This is a great place for me to be and make gold. Also, I need another food buff, just in case. Good for safety. I finally understand what the Wetlands run is. I tried to go to the Stormwind stock. Not a thing. Nope, it's pretty silly. It's pretty goofy. Dragons are scary if you pull multiple. Oh, okay. I wanna pick the Briarthorn first. Just one? One? Stingy. Waiting for you to get a Crimson Whelp. If I get a Crimson Whelp, I'm keeping it. That's for me. I would not dream of selling such a thing. Let's get this one. We're so close to leveling. Dunmurrow through the wetlands. See, that's the other side of the zone. It's if you are an alliance character and you want to get to the Night Elf zones or just to Kalimdor in general, the only way to get there early, like short of going to Booty Bay, which is gross, is to take the boat from Menethil Harbor to Aberdeen. So like a Night Elf character that wants to get to Stormwind is going to have to go through the wetlands on foot, which includes like level 21, 22, 23 mobs, which will aggro onto you if you're just like level 10. So it's kind of, people will bypass it by like swimming down the coast to get to alliance areas down there, which takes a really long time, or they'll just brave the run, or they'll get an escort or something like that. Congrats. Why, thank you. Swim, watch something on TV and swim. I decided to just overlevel it. I decided to just stay in Ashenvale until I was a high enough level to come to the wetlands naturally, and then work through it the safe way. It did mean that I didn't get any weapon training from Stormwind for a long time. I think I still haven't been to Stormwind. I've been to Ironforge now on this character. I never did take the tram. I could probably go spend some silver on some... I could probably go ahead and spend some silver getting some... weapon training so I can, like, use swords and stuff. Where am I going? What am I doing? Why am I here? I am... Oh, almost 23. Almost 23, Salmon. They smell your fear. I was 18 even. I was nervous. Didn't see any mobs nearby when I did. If you're on a very low level character, you're going to have an aggro radius the size of Kansas. So it's even mobs that aren't super close to the road will find you. Crocalisks have a tendency to chomp people because they're not Crocalisks and the fen creepers, but mostly the crocs. We have not seen the virtual ticket yet. There was a hint from a graphic they put out that shows a storm elemental looking mount that might be one of the WoW goodies for it. I want a mount really, really bad, but I don't know how I'll afford it. I know, right? I mean, quests start giving you more gold. I mean, there's always grinding greens and cloth. You just find some good humanoids. You grind out that cloth and those greens, you just sell all of it. Okay. 138 experience. 23. So one more level, and then Salmon's going to get another rank of Bite and Claw, which should more or less sort us out. It'll still be 5 levels behind me, but... Oh, 5 levels still sucks. 5 levels is still quite a few. If I think if I make it to 35, just grind like a mofo for the last 5 levels. 48, have enough gold to get another. Gets easier the higher that you go. Gold just happens to you at higher levels. Dropping 50 at something at level 65 like it was pocket change. Yeah. My farming character certainly comes up with a lot more of it than this one. Oh, so this is King's Blood and that's Briarthorn. I do think that I'm in good shape though. I've collected a lot of good stuff in this grinding session. I'm really happy with this wetland session. We've got all kinds of good herbs. Salmon is a much more serviceable level now. Salmon can finally kind of cope with Salmon's life. I have some nice greens to sell. I think we should go back to Darnassus. It's annoying, but I think we should boat back to Darnassus. Hey, excuse me. We should boat back to Darnassus and I want to use the rest of my rapid fire. Get my alchemy training. Post everything up on the auction house. Hearth back to Ironforge. Take the tram to Stormwind. Pick up some weapon training if I have any gold left. And then send myself out to Duskwood. Duskwood. I think that's the move. I've done Duskwood pretty recently on my warlocks, so I'm feeling good about the mobs out there and the quests and the hazards. I know where Morladim pats. I know where Stitches pats. Not to say that I'm immune to them, but level 57. That's what's gloomy. Glad I finished most of my quests there. Yeah. I try to think that, the spiders are really happy and that all the mobs that live in Duskwood like it there very much just the way it is, and that they, it's their favorite weather. It's their favorite ambiance. It's Halloween all the time. And they're just, every day, the spiders like trot out of their little spider homes and they look up at the gloomy sky and they go, ah, yes, perfect. I'm not a miner. What am I doing? I walk away from the tin vein. You can't do anything with that. Alrighty. So I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to start slowly meandering my way back to the dock so that we can start that plan. But what if it just drops? What if it just drops one? I want to get to, we'll grind to 20. Well, we might grind to 24 on our way back, honestly. Especially if we run into any herbs that I need to clear around. I have 12 egg slots. This is prime gloom. Padding is short for patrolling, I believe. Pathing would also work, but I think patrolling is the original word there, if I had to guess. My puppy dog is getting so big. Every morning I give him a big hug, and every morning there's more puppy to hug. I was taking late night selfies with him because we were hanging out on the couch, and he was just kind of like being cuddly. And I looked awful because it was like super late. And I had, how your face gets like kind of like squishy when you're really tired. But, and they were like super low light pictures, but I just, I give him a smooch on the cheek and then he gives me a lick on the nose, and it's my baby. It's my buddy. He's the nicest doggy in the whole wide world. I thought you were talking about your bear. Oh, my puppy. My puppy doggy. Mr. Moose. One day you'll get to meet him. I think that Kitty Cat is just about fed up with the gate. She has been showing signs of wanting her old life back pretty badly, especially because the front room stays warmer during... She wants access to the warmer room during the cold season, which I don't blame her for. And her and the dog have been doing really good in their meet and greets, so I think it's just about time to rip off that band-aid and just let him sort themselves out with supervision. But I think Moose has a good chance of leaving her alone at least 80% of the time, and that when he doesn't leave her alone, I don't think he's gonna endanger her. I think he's at the most going to annoy her. It was very cute. I've kind of taught him how to sit and lay down in front of the cat. And now when he sees a cat, this morning we were out for a walk around the block and he saw a cat that was outside and he planted his butt and he wouldn't move. Because that's what he's learned how to do when he sees cats. Zelda Lone, thank you very much for the 38-month reset. Boop! Appreciate it. What a good boy. Mr. Mustopheles. I want to set up like a nice big fluffy bed for him that's in the bedroom, in addition to the big fluffy one that he has in the front room, so that he has places to snooze and places that the cat can fight him for. Ooh, was that Salmon's last level? Salmon is loyalty level 6. Salmon is officially my best friend. It happened. We made it. Also, Salmon's hungry. All right, Salmon. Got another mushroom for you. Food has a level as well. So these are level 15 mushrooms, and now that he's level 20, they don't keep him as full for as long. Bestie. Plans for 10.2. Class goals. Holy Priest. Gnome Holy Priest. My goal is to get it geared up and to get the vicious mount for next season as well. I want to finish the vicious mount for this season. I want to get the vicious mount for next season. I want to probably do all 20 keys again and get AOTC. You know, normal things. Gnome Holy Priest sounds so cute. I'm gonna be me again. Hi, Hazel and chat. Hello, Mr. Moosey Loosey Goosey. When you get him home and you take off his harness and leash, you can say, "The moose is loose." He's a bouncy puppy. How you doing, Salmon? 23.5. Happy with that. Pretty pleased. Juicy Bootsy. You can grind for the vicious mount even if you are horrifically terrible at PvP. The rating floor is 1k, which is fairly manageable even if you didn't have any PvP experience at all. The trouble is that you're only going to get progress on games that you win, and I think you will eventually, regardless. There's a rating bracket for everybody. It's grindable. It's just not a fast grind. But if it makes you feel any better, even players that are much better will still not get it terribly fast, because at some point you're going to be fighting other people just as good as you, and you should eventually be winning roughly half the time. Eventually. Do you have any delicious, No. I think people are maybe onto it. I don't want these sharp claws or the flame sacks. I've discovered those don't sell very effectively. And then also the Mage Royal is vendor trash. I do have 5 Swift Thistle, though. Can I make swiftness potions? Did I get those? I don't think I ever got the recipe for that. Maybe I should look into that. For profit. Where is the swiftness potion recipe? I have Wowhead open already. Alchemy 60. Dropped by Eric the Swift. Gross. Recipe swiftness potion. 43% chance. Where is Eric the Swift? Highest rated. Drop/pickpocketed. Oh no, it drops from all kinds of stuff. Okay, never mind. It just drops. I'm sure you could buy it on the auction house. One of the Lost Vikings. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm confused. Where are all the other players? Have you seen any? Around to some extent. Not a lot in the wetlands this morning. I'm also Alliance on a horde area, and as you get into the higher level areas, there's usually fewer people around, but it could just be a sharding thing. I bet you there's some people over here in the dig site. That's a decently active spot usually. I want to find some I want to see. This isn't the dig site. These are the Dragma orcs that I was afraid of. Yeah, this is okay. That's alright. 138 there. I'm not going all the way up into the hill, but I'll do some of these lower level down the hill ones. Confirmed several grinding raptors in the dig site. 26. Yeah, he can handle 26s now. He's 23.5. He's going to do a lot more damage shortly. Because I'll have enough training points, I think, to get him his rank 4 Bite and Claw, and I know them both. Which is great. For the moment, anyway. He's a big, brave boy. Salmon's a tank. Oh yeah, somebody out there, 25 and 27. Some lower level people that are grinding these orcs too. Yeah, this is nice. He can actually, well, I was just going to say he can hold aggro on a mob that's my level, but not quite. Ooh, those are long nets. Those root you for a long time. Holy moly. I wasn't stressing about it too much in my gnome because I thought, I have Escape Artist. I'll be fine. And I was. But I'm a hunter right now. I don't have Escape Artist. I'm going to get my food buff back. I just want to get Salmon up to level 24 before we get on a boat and go anywhere. I hate those nets. Hope the dragon hunters have good nets. Left click at 57. Yeah. Where do they die? Supposedly up in eastern Plaguelands in like the northern corner of it. Oh, yikes. Ouchie, ouchie. Love the walleye shirt. Oh, thank you. This is classic. This is hardcore classic. 138. Oh, you know what? I ran out of rested on my hunter. That's why I'm not getting as much experience now. That's what happened. I actually finally caught up. This hunter, I had her resting, mind you, sometimes in the road, but I had her resting for basically the whole time I was leveling my no more luck up to like 30. So she was behind. Oh, somebody gave me water breathing. Thanks. I would buff you if I had any buff whatsoever. Chair looks so spacious. Oh, thank you. It's a good one if you're planning to sit up straight like a healthy person. Yeah, nope. That Briarthorn is not worth it. That one is bait. So much more efficient with rested. Yeah. I wonder how much rested my warlock might have now. Actually, now that we mention it, because she's. I mean, I had a retail day. It's been a couple days since I was grinding, but I want to get Salmon up to 24. And then I want to get that alchemy training, and I want to post all of these greens up on the auction house. The crocs are too low level over here. I'd have to go get crocs over in like the northern part of the zone, or like the back of the bay. They have to be green for me. These guys are perfect. Yeah, okay. It feels funny to me that I have two characters. And it's my warlock that has skinning. My hunter does not have skinning. My hunter is herb alch, and my warlock is skinning mining. I think if I could do it again, I'd probably reverse them just because it feels weird to not be skinning in a hunter. Even though I'm just selling the skins, it's not like I need it for leatherworking. It's just a bit strange. Lorthendris is such a cool name. Shame he died. Giggling at some of the other names in the list. One came before the other. This is true. This is true. It's nice having at least one alchemist. Any steel bloom. Sometimes there's some like up on the top of this hill. There's a tin vein up there. That's a level 27 raptor. That's a pretty juicy one. That's a big mob for my 23 bear to tank. He's probably gonna get resisted a bunch. Oh, it's going okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Retail Hunter, also herb alch, but she's my main. Herb alch is so nice on mains. I had it on my evoker, and it's like the only regret that I have about switching mains is that I'm gonna kind of miss having it on my main. I like having a gathering on my main, and I like being an alchemist on my main. It's so handy for dungeons and raids, just having that extra duration on all your files. My priest is tailoring and chanting, and that's not as much fun. But I'm like in too deep for Dragonflight. I might rethink them following Dragonflight whenever the next expansion rolls around, which I feel like, I know it's going to be a long time before the next one like comes out or anything like that, but I feel like in my brain it won't seem like that long. Like I'm going to blink and it's going to be next expansion time before we know it. You're going to miss the dashes. Alchemy flasks with a flavor pocket. Yeah. Oh, yeah, probably. Maybe. Maybe not. Who's to say? Yeah, I think they'll probably announce it during BlizzCon. I don't know for sure, but I would assume so. The Warlock did not die. No, she's okay. Oh, man. Yeah, 27s are a bit tough. Respawns. Gotta pay attention. I just like grinding XP. Level 30 is going to be kind of fun on my hunter. That'll be a bit of a milestone. I wonder how many hunters make it to level 30. I wonder what the death log percentage says. They do spawn really fast. I can't look yet. Oh, good. Okay. Oh, so close. I'm like 1 bar away. Zones, little class statistics. Hunters. Hunters, second from the bottom. It looks like only 9% of them make it to level 30. Oh, okay. It's not too bad. More than I thought, actually. Yeah, there's lots of good skin and grind spots in the wetlands. This one's great if you're just trying to level your skinning, like you said, because people are here grinding for quests anyways. So there's always going to be lots of corpses around. Do you think it's because they get overconfident due to their pets? To some extent. I think that Hunter kind of has this reputation as one of the easier and more beginner-friendly classes to play, so you may get more players on it that are a little underexperienced, maybe. And a lot of classic safety is going to come from just knowledge base, just experience of like which areas are dangerous and why, and what are the signs to look out for that might make something dangerous. So you might have a few more people just kind of charging in on a hunter and then getting in a little too deep. I went there in retail today. The raptors are now undead and do not have skins. It's probably because of people like my warlock. We skinned them all. That's where all their skins went. Must be nearly, yeah, almost there. I hold you responsible for it, Hazel. My hunter has done nothing. I wish she had skinning. I feel like it would have made me a lot more gold. Although at 371, I can now maybe, it's going to depend on how much the alchemy costs me. I can maybe afford my last bag. It's been nice having 14 slots. It's definitely helped out a lot. I haven't run out of space lately, which I appreciate. I guess I could hold off on that last 14 slot. Like later on, I'll be making more gold, so presumably it'll feel better. It won't be as devastating to drop a couple gold. Just assume the game dropped the best gear for me. That's what I thought of my first character too. I didn't really buy any greens on my first warlock. And then on this hunter, she made it to like level 20 in basically gray armor. And then Flabby saw what I was doing and went, no, stop. What are you doing? And then I learned the magic of shopping. But, you know, if they ever do a proper solo self-found version, then that's going to be like an actual rule set, and that would be a cool challenge because it would make it a lot harder. You are certainly a lot safer if you can buy like the best greens that you can wear. Nearly salmon, nearly. Also, I got lots more raptor eggs, so I can make some more omelets. Kind of person who has a hard time spending gold, even if that's what you have it for. The thing that made me more prepared to spend gold in hardcore is that I'm not really banking gold. So if my character dies, their gold dies with them. And I have this idea that what their gold is for is to invest in them, invest in that character to make it as durable as possible. I want that character to have the best shot at life, and I want her gold to work in service of that. So if I can spend a bunch of gold and I can get a piece of gear that might make me survive another level, you know, you can't take your gold with you when you die. I think if it wasn't permadeath, I would be very, very cheap. I tend to be that way. But because of how important that threat of death is, I think I have an easier time just like committing and spending my gold, because I would rather be broke and alive than rich and dead. And I would rather err on the side of safety in that. Because I can always make more gold, but if I die, I cannot resurrect. At least on this character. Salmon needs some beast training. Yeah, you could make a bank alt, and people do that. I just decided not to do that on my own characters. Matt has started a druid, got 3 6-slot bags by level 5. That's the chosen druid. That's the game's RNG telling you that that's the one. You're going to make it to 60. Okay. General. Beast training. Bite 4. Claw 4. More damage for Salmon. Plus it's fun to make gold when it's like a new server. Unless you want him out. Yeah, I do think I'm going to run into a bit of a problem where I'm going to get basically to 40 or really close to it. And I'm going to be like, well, I need a lot of gold very fast. Okay. I want to go back and check out Darnassus. I'm having a lot of fun making golden wrath. Nice. See corpses in the safest of places. Saw a dead player by the Griffin Master in Stormwind. I heard there was some form of trolling where people, and this was like a week or so ago, people were managing to drag something to town in grief with it. I know hunters, like Lobi hunters, can die basically anywhere if they forget that their pet that they've tamed during their pet taming quest is not perma. And they just go AFK, it will eventually become hostile and then kill them, especially if there's no guards that can help them, or if it was a passive creature to begin with and then the guards won't help you. Hope I get a cool skill at level 30. Racked 100 gold in 2 characters now, and I feel rich. My warlock is not dead, no, she's just fine. I'm playing a couple of characters to keep things fresh. Also, feign death. Oh, another mushroom for Salmon. We made it 12% of the way in. I can't believe I finally caught up on my rested and my hunter. I felt like it took forever. Anything more depressing than doing time walking for Mog and getting a ring. Oh, thank you. I have some delicious greens I can sell. I love logging in after like 8 hours or so on hardcore and checking the mailbox to see which of my auctions sold. It's so much fun. I love picking up a big mailbox full of delicious coins. Wealth. Cash money, you know. Gonna go. Have a great day. See you later, Mr. Sonic Gen. I'm taking the boat. Do I want to vendor anything else? I think I'm pretty good. Alchemy supplies and a shady dealer. Was that? Oh, that's the clock dinging 11. No. I was hoping maybe there would be some herbs. Sometimes there are. So the Aberdeen boat is this one on this side. The other boat goes to Dustwallow Marsh, which is well, I mean, I guess that is one way to get there. Dustwallow Marsh, south of the Barrens. That's 1,000 Needles. Oh, there's 35 to 45. Gross. Yeah, that's no good. Am I on till noon today? Yeah, I'll do another hour. I want to take a break, but I need to get to the other side of the boat because I don't want to miss the boat while I'm AFK. Lucky with a few blues, selling for 20 gold plus. Holy. Yeah, it's 11 a.m. in... Oh, I want to swim for that strangle kelp, but I don't know if I'll make it back for the boat. But I don't see a boat yet, so I want to swim for the strangle kelp. But no, there's a boat coming, boat coming. Oh, you get so many buffs. Although sometimes it feels a little bit sad to get like the sickest buffs when you're going to town to go do a bunch of errands, you know? Like you want the buffs when you're leaving town out to go adventure and, you know, face danger. I'm happy with Salmon being 24. That's pretty good. I think I still won't bring him... If I go to Duskwood, there's going to be some somewhat low-level quests for me to do there. And I understand I'm going the wrong way for Duskwood right now, but there's going to be some some pretty, like, yeah, 24-ish quests for me to start out with. 24, 25. And those should all be fine. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff like that. Those should all be fine with Salmon at the level he is. So he should kind of catch up naturally for the rest of it. Buying power of 1 golden classic compared to retail. It is substantially less inflated, so a gold's going to get you a lot farther. It depends on what level you are. Want to say thanks for posting the VODs on YouTube. Keep the VODs on in the background while I drive around doing service calls all week. Aw, cheers! It's been nice having a separate place to stash them. I like knowing that the YouTube ones won't ever, like, time out, basically. Because before you could watch VODs on Twitch as long as you got to them within, like, 2 months. But the YouTube player is much better. And this way they don't expire. Would you wear a t-shirt that says pink hair don't care? I think I've kind of gone off of shirts that have words on them. That was a very, I don't know, 2009 thing that I enjoyed at that time that I've kind of gone off for the moment. I like shirts that have pictures of animals on them because I'm a big, strong adult. I feel dated. I'm so sorry. You gotta wear what you like. You gotta follow your heart. In 2009, I had a t-shirt that had a graphic of a cookie on it, and it said, "Tough Cookie." And I wore that shirt with pride for more years than maybe I needed to. But I'm also cranky, and I'm not a fan of signs that have words on them as home decor. I know it's a bit of a low-hanging fruit to punch on, but and I mean, everybody's welcome. Everybody should decorate their home in a way that brings them joy, and it's not up to me to judge anybody else's home. But you will probably not find a Live, Laugh, Wine sign in my living room. I have a shirt with a smiling cabbage that says Mon Petit Chou on it, and I refuse to give it away. Yeah, not a huge Live, Laugh, Love person. I have a t-shirt with a seal of approval on it. He says, nice. And I do have a flight path, actually, so I don't have to take the boat. I could take the boat. I could just hop on that boat and have it take me across, but we can flap our way back to Darnassus. My stripper fish shirt. That is true. That one does have words on it. It's got labels. I guess I can. You are correct. Live, laugh, loot. Live, laugh, laundry. Lots of loads of laundry. I think I got overexposed to motivational quotes and posters in the kind of 2010s when they were very popular, and they started to seem extremely trite and void of meaning to me, so I'd rather look at a cute picture of a bird. Bear. Whale. I've got a couple of tapestries with whales on them. I like humpback whales. Wow. Live, laugh, moose. Bird's worth 1,000 yards. Moose, yeah. I have an Alaska hat that has a moose on it. And then I have, of course, my Conserve Wildlife Moose t-shirt. And sometimes I realized I had worn both of them at the same time out to the dog park, where I was then calling to my dog, who was named Moose. And it occurred to me that I looked like a bit of a, like, either a huge fan of my own dog, which is true, wearing a bunch of clothes celebrating his namesake, or I'm just like a wild moose lady. The wacky moose lady. Got a moose from Kinder Surprising. I have a sign in my kitchen that says, I have a kitchen because it came with the house. It's pretty good. But, you know, you gotta have the hat outside. It keeps the sun out of your eyes. Keeps the UV off your face. You wouldn't wear a shirt that says Moose's #1 fan. I was joking that my partner and I should get jerseys that say Moose's mom and Moose's dad, and then we should just get Moose a shirt that just says Moose. People that are way too into their dog. Except that it's the right amount because he's the best. Besides, it's what everybody in the neighborhood knows this as anyways. I've met a lot of people. I don't think any of them know my name. I think most of them know my dog's name. Days since I have derailed my DM's campaign, it has a sign that says 0. Was I joking? Really? Alright. There's no real benefit to having your pet with you in town, especially once their loyalty is capped. It's just making them hungrier, so you have to feed them more often, but I like the company. Shall I get... Let's go to the trainer first. Let's go to the Alchemy trainer first. Steelers jersey with my birth year and name on it. Expensive, but also a souvenir. Nice. See the same group of people at the park almost every morning with their dogs. Do not know their names, but I sure do know their dogs' names. I get a real kick out of it when people kind of look like their dogs, or their dogs kind of look like them, or they just all have the same energy. I think that people sometimes do end up resembling their pets a bit. The same way that like a couple that's been together for a really long time will eventually kind of start to dress the same. And I mean, they're shopping at the same places, so it makes sense, but like... I get a kick out of that. Alright.
What brings you here?
58 silver. 67 silver. They're both good ones, though, is the problem. Yeah, they are. They're both really good. And they're both a little bit profitable as well. I could be using these elixirs as well for my own character, but I've kind of gotten cheap. Okay, I need cooking goods now, because I want to get those omelets made. Even if I just buy the spices and cook the eggs into omelets, it's still vendors for more than the cost of those two things together. So we'll get, like, how many hot spices? 12? And then I know how to make enough of that. And then we can cook up some eggies. And then is it the same for the soup? Soup vendors for silver. That vendors for 25. And then this costs 36. So yeah, that's worth 2. So we'll get another 7. Plus it's the food that I'm eating anyways. Spend money to make money. Everyone in my mom's neighborhood, his pet names here is mom or dad. No idea what their real names are. Yeah, it works for me. I'm just glad that my buddy makes friends everywhere he goes. What kind of a... Oh, you have to do quests, don't you? I was thinking, what kind of a awful life am I going to have to live to get my cooking skill? Now that I'm up to 200 of 225, there'll be another upgrade somewhere, but I think I'm going to have to do something awful. Probably in Tanaris. I have a feeling it has to do with Tanaris goblins. Once you get into Northern Stranglethorn, you get the Jungle Stew and the Roast Raptor trainers. Yeah, Dirge Quickleaf of Gadgetzan is a master of culinary arts. I can buy the spider sausage recipe. I'm kind of broke right now, and it's not like I can use it anyway, so we'll come back for that. I have yet to be invited to a dog birthday party. That would be kind of the highlight of my life, though. I have so much fun taking him out to have fun because it's just a good time watching the dog play. It's nice to see him happy and get a lot of exercise, and then he's all sleepy later and he gets a good rest when he gets home. Neighbor in an old apartment building introduced himself as Mumbo's servant. Mumbo is his very elderly Shih Tzu, didn't learn his actual name for months later. It's cute. Moose got to meet a very tiny Chihuahua recently. And he's just like staring at this thing like, what are you? Because he's mostly met like small, like medium to large dogs. And this was like an extremely small Chihuahua. And he's just kind of looking at it like, are you a cat? I know cats. What do we do? Oy. Okay. So, we'll do a quick little scan to get some up-to-date data. Have you started planning Moose's one-year party? Oh, I mean, I'll get him a birthday gift, but I don't even do parties for me, man. Is that like Agi strength 23. Honestly, I would take 35. I don't know about the 5 silver deposit. I might. Agi strength is a tough sell for a main hander. I might vendor that. These, I'm going to post at 22 because I just want to move these things. I don't want to keep reposting them for ages. Vendors at 21. Sells at 32. I will take 29 for that. That should be pretty good. Vendors at 8, 58, 55. That one. Okay. That, yeah, that's worth like a gold. I'll just post it for a flat gold. Actually, you know what? 99 silver. 0, 0, 99. There you go. Big deal. Do I want to craft anything with, like, the Briarthorn to make a profit? Not really. Those ones are not profitable. Those ones are not profitable. No, I think I just want to sell the Briarthorn directly. Browse. Recipes. Alchemy usable. Rage potions are for warriors. Shadow oil. That was what the grave moss was for. I'm mostly looking for like the swiftness one, but it's probably gonna be really expensive. 65 silver. Swift Thistle, Briarthorn, and an empty vial. Here, cancel my Briarthorn. I'll lose my deposit, that's fine. That's not how you spell. Those are going at 16. I'll try it. Requires 60. It's not going to make me any goal or any, it's not going to make me any points. Oh, the auction house is really, really far over here. Or not the auction house, the mailbox. You have to go all the way to the bank. If you invite all his puppy's girlfriends, then you will maybe get invites to their parties. Every time I hear Briarthorn, can't help think of the Briar Woods. Love darn too much running. It's possible that perhaps I don't do the birthday parties, not due to anybody's lack of doing them, but just because I don't really like them. There we go. I wouldn't say that I don't do parties. I do like a family dinner. It's just those are all the people that I know. I don't know any more people. I don't even know if I want to know any more people. Swiftness potions. So those, yeah, that is profitable. That's like a 4 silver per, and I bet you I can sell those as well. So I need vials. They're a way to turn off tooltips. Maybe an add-on, but that would be a... What do you want to turn off tooltips? I mean, I guess it's not my place to judge. Moose have any favorite puppy friends? Is he happy to play with everyone? He has like 2 or 3 different dogs that he met very early that live nearby. And those are like his favorite ones when he sees them. But they're all kind of smaller dogs that were basically his size when we first brought him home. But he has doubled in size since we brought him home. So now he plays better with kind of the medium dogs at the park. Especially if it's like a medium puppy that has just as much hurricane energy as he has. Those are like his favorite dogs to play with because they'll just...
What brings you here?
Empty files.
Be careful. Vishnu Allah.
I am honored.
I see. I don't know if anybody buys rage potions, but I'll learn how to make them just cuz. Rage potions. Actually, with some large fangs. They're not profitable. I was going to say that might be an easy way to get levels, but no, they're not profitable at all. I make all the swiftness pots? Oh no, I need more empty files.
What brings you here?
How may I help?
carry around a stack of 20. I think I might be able to get more mats for those too in Duskwood, so I can probably make some profit that way. I should keep some on hand for myself, but what if I keep like one? I keep one. I mean, it's a bag slot, but I have space. We'll keep one swiftness potion. Did I determine that I couldn't get a alchemy? Oh no, I'm 5 points short actually. I would need to make strangle kelp, steel bloom, gold thorn. We can make some of these if we can afford the mats for them, but I'm down to like 1 gold 60. I'm running so far. At least we have aspect of the cheetah playing on my warlock. She's 34, so she's only 6 levels away from getting her mount. And boy, oh boy, does she need it. I think that after I've got a character to 40 and gotten a mount, it's going to be harder for me to play the characters that are sub 40 because I'm going to get way too used to it way too fast. I'm just going to want to zoom all the time. So I'm kind of feeling like I want to buy... Oh, I didn't even get enough files. But if I buy 1 steel bloom and 5 gold thorn, and then I run all the way back to the middle, I can probably get my alchemy to 200. And I'm also going to post these in stacks of 1. And I'll do 3 of them. I'll keep 1 for myself. Okay. One of those and then 5 gold thorn. Which is worth a whole gold. Holy. But we should be able to recoup that on this by selling these greater defense elixirs. How much gold is she going to need to get them out? We're trying not to worry about it. I'm pretty broke. I am pretty broke. Oh, somebody bought something though. Somebody bought one of my belts. It's 20 silver or something. Oh, Dorta, that really sucks. That's no fun. I'm glad he's feeling better. I don't even think there's a point in checking to see if I can train. I guess I can go see just to see if it's possible, but I'm not going to have the gold to train the next level of alchemy, even if they can do it here. Yeah, that's nice, though. Those are apparently worth a half a gold each. It's 250 extra armor for an hour. It's pretty good. I could use them myself. I am high enough level to use them, just barely. Oh, I was so excited about all of that gold that I thought that I had made grinding. I guess I gotta sell some of the greens first. And you know what? I haven't vendored a few things too. I was gonna vendor... We were gonna vendor this sword and then this one. So there we go. There's a little bit more gold. Tiny bit. So yeah, she can train me a new elixir. Increases stealth detection. I'm not gonna bother training that. But she says I should go to Feralus to get the next level of training. So we're just going to stick with this for now. All right. I need to go then to... I want to move on to Duskwood. That's where I want to level next. I think I can probably just go. If I heart, that takes me to Ironforge, where I can more easily post those defense elixirs I just made. And then I think she's going to have to trek for a while. I think I'm going to have to take like the tram, pick up a couple flight points. We'll be exciting. We'll be on an adventure. Salmon and I will be off and away. Remember 2010 memes? Bad times. I thought it was the peak of comedy at during 2010. Out on our walk this morning, there was someone that must have been making some Saturday morning bacon because you could smell bacon when you were walking by this one building. And Moose like stops and sticks his nose up as high as it goes in the air and it's like, and he starts like licking his chops. What is that? I must know. Sorry, bud. Bad luck. Anything else I want to sell here? Bruiseweed. Holding on to the King's Blood and Life Fruit, or am I gonna... King's Blood and Life Fruit were greater healing pots, but if those are unprofitable, I may just sell those things directly. Fortitude, yeah, Steel Bloom Gold Thorn, Struggle Cup Gold Thorn. Okay, I'm gonna sell the King's Blood and the Life Fruit, both. Make some of my gold back here. 'Cause yeah, those are worth like 6 silver. Briarthorn we hold on to for swiftness pots, because those are pretty juicy. Yeah, happy with that. Happy to see another WoW nerd from BC, fellow gamer in Aldergrove. Glad to have you here. For a second I thought your room was on fire, bottom left of the screen. Flame effect from the game. Oh. It's occurred to me, I turned my monitors up in brightness recently because I realized that was why I was getting having such a hard time with my eyes during stream, is because my stream lights were much brighter than the monitors and I needed to bring the monitors up to balance it out. And I did that, but now when I'm recording my news video, I think I need to turn it down every time I record the news video because they're providing an awful reflection in my glasses. I thought it was the stream lights, but it's not, it's the monitors. Goodness. But that's fine. I wish I could just have them on a dimmer switch instead. There's quite a few settings to go through to adjust the brightness on them. More to the point, does Moose recognize the bacon smell for what it is? Hard to say. I don't know if he's, to my knowledge, Moose has never had bacon. To my knowledge. So I don't know if he'd have a concept to connect it to. He certainly recognized it as something that Moose would like to eat. But Moose, so far, likes to eat anything. Anything. He is not a picky eater. 18. I should get some leaded vials as well and carry those around. Those might be good.
Would you like to purchase something?
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
All right then.
Alright, I'm going to take a very... Oh, my elixirs of greater defense sold, or at least 3 of them. That will help. That will help with my gold. I'm going to take a short break, and then when I come back, we're going to mosey on down to the... to Duskwood, go find a new place to set up. Okay, I'm back. For a moment when I read your comment about the guy who cornered the market on maybe meat, I didn't immediately realize that we were talking about World of Warcraft. And I thought that perhaps this was like a real life food product. You know, there's impossible meat, there's beyond meat. Why not maybe meat? There's several good reasons why not, but... Alright, salmon. So he's pretty much learned everything he's gonna learn for a while. Oh, you know what I should do in Stormwind? I should go see if I can find a pet trainer who can train me higher ranks of like natural stamina armor. I haven't done that in ages, and I betcha that would help. I betcha that would be good. Because he's swimming in training points right now. So I'll take a look in Stormwind. There won't be a hunter trainer in Stormwind. We have to go back. There's one in here because humans couldn't even be hunters yet. There might be a hunter trainer in Stormwind, but just in case, we're turning around. We're going back. We need to go to the military ward. I got you on the big TV while I have dinner, living my best life. What's for dinner? I have a feeling some meals in my future. I've been trying to have like a nice egg breakfast for a couple of days, and I keep being like running late, so I just like slam a bowl of cereal last minute. Okay, I need a pet trainer. Can I afford any pet training?
Great to meet you.
Belia Thundergranite. Train me in the ways of the beast. Okay, cool, we can afford it. Great Stam 4, Natural Armor 4, 14 silver each.
You're back.
And Great Stam requires level 24. Perfect. So there was an extra bunch of stamina for him, and then an extra 240 armor for the guy. There we go. That's more like it. What else? When do I get my next one? I guess I should check before I go. I guess I should take a little look-see.
How are you?
Train me. Unavailable. So, Growl 4. Great Stam 5. Great Stam 5 is level 30. 30 and then 36. Yeah. Yeah, the pet trainer just has the armor, stam, resistances, and then growls. Which are, the growls at least I think are free. Tuna pasta bake. Oh, that sounds good. My family recipe for a tuna pasta baked casserole is just like canned tuna and then pasta, but then you get like a can of cream of mushroom soup and you get some cheddar cheese and you get some frozen peas or frozen mixed vegetables. You top the whole thing with some cheddar cheese. You bake it for a while. It's delicious. It's good with hot sauce. It's good when you're drinking and playing video games. I wonder how behind my gear's getting. I'm so broke. Had the most perfect tuna melt of my life. You guys are going to make me hungry. I got a half an hour left here. And I have to survive. I didn't even speedrun cereal today. I didn't even have time for cereal, and I was also almost out of milk. I gotta go shopping again. Groceries are like the never-ending chore. There's never... You need a magically refilling fridge. I am peak lazy. I can actually order groceries to my door, and I do this relatively frequently, and still I complain that I run out of food and I have to go purchase more. Baking powder biscuits slathered in butter for dinner. Pre-dinner snack that probably won't get dinner. I haven't made those in a long time. Those are yummy. What do I want to make soon? Oh, I had leftover curry. It was so good. I swear it's always better the second and the third time. It's fine fresh, but it's really better as leftovers, to the point that maybe I'll just meal prep it and not eat any the first time I make it. I'll make it at like 11 in the morning on a day off, and then I'll have a bunch of curry that I'll just, freeze portions of it to heat up later. What's your favorite grocery store? Whichever one has the good sales. There are probably 5 to 7 of them within like a pretty small radius because I'm like in town. And I check the flyers for all of them, and I'll kind of bounce around based on who's got the stuff I want on sale. Costco run with friend colleague this week for the first time in years. It's such a good feeling to be stoked. Nice. Just got my groceries delivered. There's a special kind of anxiety relief that comes from knowing that you have like food supplies in your home. I never realized that I'm stressed about a lack of groceries until after I get that like post-delivery relief where I'm like, oh yeah, I can eat. I have food. Okay. Did I want to do anything else in Duskwood? Or before I go to Duskwood? I think I'm good. I need to maybe pick up some arrows. Who would sell me such a thing in this town? Somebody, right? Do. Live so close to so many little grocery places, just pick up things as I need. Now I have stuff for weeks. I think that I wouldn't run out so much if I was out and about more. If I was kind of, like out often anyways near stores. And I do go out quite often, but I've been going out to like places, less shopping areas and more dog walking areas. So I have to actually like go out of my way to pick up groceries now. General store, weaponsmith. Oh, I need to go to the weaponsmith anyways. I need to train swords. I need to train hunter weapons so that I can use them all. Many and more expensive versions of the bigger stores. If you want selection and stuff in bulk, you have to go out of the center. But anytime you're going out of town, you got to accommodate for the gas price. Well, I'm in the wrong area. I'm in the wrong zone. Walk to the grocery store and back. You'd have to do it with a second person so somebody can wait outside with the dog, because the dog's not allowed in the store, and you're certainly not leaving the dog alone outside of the store. it's something that I wouldn't want to do. And also I found out is against the bylaws, so people that are doing it are not following city regulations. I don't know how far it is. Yeah, it's doable. It's just like a busy place, man. I don't know. I like walking in where there's a few less distractions and traffic and noises because it's not... Moose doesn't mind. Moose is fine with ambulances and skateboards and motorcycles and all kinds of loud traffic noises. It's me that gets overwhelmed, and I feel like when I'm also trying to make sure the dog doesn't eat anything and the dog doesn't get too close to other dogs that are trying to eat him and that I'm like managing all the other people that are around, it's just too much. I want arrows. I want to shoot some stuff. Shoot weapon training. Crossbows. I have 40 silver. Sure, I'll do everything except for polearms. Polearms are ludicrously expensive.
Go with honor, friend.
If I ever do get any of those weapons, I'll have to raise the weapon skill, but that's okay. Everyday merchandise. Trade goods.
I buy and trade.
No, see, he only has raise... Oh, no, he does have razor arrows. Okay, we're good, we're good. I have 4 quiver slots. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's actually my limit. I'm going to sell my extra omelets, and I'm going to eat my gumbo and my venison for a while, because those have the same buff, but they're cheaper, just to get a little bit more gold. So I don't think I have any flight points. I think I actually should probably go stop by the flight point here. And then maybe, oh, I don't want to. I was going to say maybe go hit up Sentinel Hill just to get that flight point. So in case I want a shortcut to the eastern side of or the western side of Duskwood. Then I don't really want to go that far out of my way right now. I think I'll probably just run straight there. Yeah. Because, yeah, that's only going to take me north. I don't know any of the south flight points yet. 60 Lava Elwyn Forest. That is a spoof. That did not really happen. Sometimes people fake for memes. Oh, that person has a ram. I'm so jealous. Look at them go. Dwarf priest. Old Stormwind kind of cozy. It spooks me because it looks so close to New Stormwind that I think I know where things are, and then I discover that they're just very slightly moved. And then I get cross about it. How do you know fake death? Because I'm assuming there's no lava in Elwyn Forest. As far as I know, it's mostly just water. So it's pretty, sounds like bait to me. It's setting off my bait alert. Duskwood. So I could run basically through to Redridge and then down, and that's like the roadway to get to Darkshire, or I can like cut across, but well, what if the Black Rock erupted? Perhaps. Any good last words in Deathlog? I think I'm getting to the point where I might turn off the Deathlog mini list. I don't know. Last words only. Heading for oil. Only 2 hours played so far. Yo, Ben, the fam is on Discord. I owe no debts. Last words. Chest. That would be my last words. Like, wait, hang on. There's a chest there. Woof. I was debating getting details or some other damage meter for Classic just to kind of track the amount of damage my pet's doing so I can feel extra, I don't know, proud of him whenever it gets up higher and he's starting to do more and more. But then I never ended up doing it because I keep my details window pretty much right where Deathlog is. Killed by a Kobold Digger. I can see the full story in my head. Last words, kill him! Oh, 24 is pretty rough. That's pretty deep in. I think the saddest last words I saw, like a level 14 saying, just took the kids to school, finally have time to play. Dead. Oh, man. So... Northern Duskwood might be a reasonable spot to look for herbs. There might be, like, steel bloom up the hill a little bit. I hope they started again and had a nice time. Fresh beginning, you know. I could go to Lakeshire and get that flight point. They might send me there as well. Lakeshire has like the 23 to 25 quests. It's 29, I don't know. On my Warlock, I certainly went back and I did those low-level Lakeshire quests, and I don't know if it was really worth it. It was kind of a lot of mob competition, and I didn't get that much experience for them, even like the Belly Greb quest. And then by the time you get out to the Fangor quest, those are still quite sketchy, even when you're nearly level 30. Do you think there is anything in hardcore that could kill someone that hasn't? It's probably those big raptors in the Raptor Ridge cave, although maybe they've killed somebody by now. Skeptical of any death message, too funny. Oh, I read that one already. Is that a trash? No, it's just... What is it? Weeds? Oh, it's just weeds. I want to fish up the floating trash pools because you get to see the watertight chests that have like bolts of cloth and stuff in them. Oh yeah, these things are thoroughly level 20. How's my quest log looking? I've got 4 quests. A few of them are in there. Oh yeah, I can finally... Oh no, I didn't buy the Stormwind seasoning herbs! I was just there! Well, you know what? I got the flight point at least, so I can save it for next time. I've been carrying around 10 lean wolf flanks for like 2 weeks because Flabby had that quest already and had shared it with me when we quested together on his rogue like ages ago. And and I finally get to the point where I can go turn it in and I forgot to buy the seasoning herbs. Heartbreaking. Hillsbrad killing turtles. Avoided Gnarlasons, who I swear I'd never seen before. Terrifying. Spooky patrols. Alright, a little 26-ish Worgen. Is that a steel bloom? No, it's a bruiseweed. Oh. It's a level 28 mob. But that looked dire. Slash luck. Trying to save all my CDs. Oh, I said they were trying to save their cooldowns, didn't want to use them. All right. Oh man, that's brave. Random level 55 carrion sitting in the Badlands. Give me a heart attack a few times. Yeah, those Nightbane Worgen are quite close to my level. Those are not something to be multi-pulled. If you end up in Dustwallow Marsh questing, I'll tap out. The spiders there, disgustingly huge. I don't have any plans to go there anytime soon, so I think you're safe. I may at some point end up back in Stone Talon, but I would be more in the Harpy Vale area. But I think that the Duskwood will keep me busy for a while. Is that a special wolf? No, it's a regular wolf. Hold more aggro now. Yeah, 24. 24 was really good for him because he now has like the highest rank that I have of bite and claw. So he's doing pretty decent damage, and then he also has the highest rank that I know of growl. 30 will be the next rank, and that'll be super good too, but he still needs a little more tankiness. It's coming along. It's not too bad. It'll help as he gets his level caught up. He's 24 in a little bit. Not suited for hardcore. For some reason, continue to tab out constantly. That would be a big hazard. That would be a risk. Only quest there from about 5 whiskeys in. Can't see it anymore. Do you think Blizzard would ever add a toy in the game? You know how they have toys that like change all players into, you know, murlocs or corgis? What if they had an item that just turned all the spiders into corgis, or, you know, whatever have you? Good slow APM caster for PvE. It's a good question. I do not know. Oh, stitches. I'm just going to sit right here and not click on anything because I don't want to accidentally click on it and get myself into trouble. Alec plushies. Then I'd feel bad for killing the corgis.
Well met.
Is he dead? He's dead. Rest in peace, Stitches. Long live everybody else.
Greetings.
And a newcomer chat that couldn't continue this tutorial due to the spider lair quest. I know that sometimes the argument comes up of like, well, if they're accommodating for XYZ phobia, where does it stop? But I think that spiders are a fairly common one that is an issue for more people than some of the other things. And it's not, especially if it's like a toy and it's not taking them out of the game, it's just giving people an option, like with the motion sickness thing. I don't think that would be that big of a deal. I can't imagine it giving any gameplay advantage. Loaves of bread. You could even just turn them into like slimes or something. It doesn't have to be something like happy. It could be something happy. Toy box is infinite. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. They could do all kinds of different things. I wonder if there's some game reason why they don't want to let you shift the model of the enemies. Because now that I think of it, I think those toys are generally shifting the models of friendly players and NPCs. There might be some kind of, I don't want to say exploit, but there might be something I haven't thought of that would make it, that might be a reason they might not want to do that. So the bronze tube I'll probably pick up next time I'm in Stormwind. I got the flight point, I believe. That'll be good. Oh no, I didn't. Here we go. We need that. I'll have some shopping to do in Stormwind next time that we're here. And then we have all kinds of quests. There's ghoul fangs there. If I procrastinate ghoul fangs long enough to do the rest of the Stalvin Mismantle quests, which do, to be fair, involve a great deal of running around, then I can multitask that. 11 got leaked in Wowhead. I read the leaks yesterday. They didn't really, I mean, they seem credible enough. They're just, I don't know, it seems fine. I don't know if it's anything to write home about. I guess I'm more interested in, like, expansion features than themes. That was not how I wanted to go about doing that. Briarthorn. Perfect. We need Briarthorn. Anything that helps me make swiftness potions so I can recoup the cost that I spent on that recipe. I think there will be lots of good swiftness pot mats in Duskwood, so we're in a good spot. I'm trying to point my camera away from them. Oh, I need these. I think they have a fear, but that's okay. My Hearthstone is still set to Ironforge and not Stormwind. I probably should move it to Stormwind. I've been trying to keep my Hearthstone set to the capital city that is nearest to whatever zone I am questing in. Seems to be pretty convenient. Oh, is that a chest? It is! I wonder if there's a mob that'll aggro me from inside that building if I go loot that. No way. Can't be. What do I get it? What do we get? Cheese! A watermelon and some cheese. I'm pretty sure that I can feed my pet all of those things. Instead of vendoring watermelons, I'm just gonna give them all to my bear. Saw a game that had a slider to remove spider legs until it became bearable. At the most extreme, the spiders became flying dots. Oh. I guess that would make it less scary. Makes it sound like they would be faster. Duskwood would be a really great place to wear like really cozy layers. I feel like if you're going here, you want like your lined boots and your flannel. You build a little bonfire, maybe some hot chocolate. I feel like we're nearly at hot chocolate season. I know I'm a tea person, but every now and then, when it's like really chilly and like damp outside and you get inside after being outside for a long time and your hands are freezing, it sounds like just like the best thing ever. Since you are normally a retail player who is now enjoying Classic, what's something that you think would help retail become better from Classic? I think the thing that's hooking me into it right now is just that it's more straightforward and uncomplicated. My goal is extremely laid out. It's kind of narrow. There's no... It's not hard for me to figure out what to do. And that's the thing that I'm missing in retail, is that simplicity, I think. Oh, my bear's purple. Where are you going? Come back! I don't know what I told it to go attack, but that's what we have a stop button for. Yeah, I'd like to see it streamlined a little bit, which is a fine line to walk without oversimplifying it or making it boring. We'll see. I feel like it's a place where your Halloween costume carry a plastic pumpkin bucket. Big problem with retail. There's so much. I have no idea what to do. Guides that tell you when and where to go in hardcore. There must be. I know there's like add-ons that people use as leveling guides. I'm not using any of them. Wowhead has leveling guides as well. Oh, Buccaneer's Robe's Frozen Wrath. I bet I can sell those. There's a lot of frost mages around that might want that. Ice spell damage. I'm hungry. It's almost lunchtime. When I went to see the puppy dog on the break, I really wanted to bring him back in here and show to stream, but Kitty's sleeping on the chair. And I think I'm approaching the point in Moose's life where I can no longer deadlift him and carry him very far. I can pick him up, but I think that picking him up and then traveling in a way that doesn't, you know, throw out my back like a, you know, 42-year-old dad who's moving, who doesn't want to admit that they can't pick up things the same way they used to, and then does it at a bad angle, and then pretends they're not in pain for the next 4 weeks. Has he gotten better about getting in the car? Honestly, I haven't been going in the car very much. He's still... Last time I was taking him out was a week and a half ago, and I was still boosting him into the car every time. He's gotten a bit bigger since then, though, so we'll have to give it another go next time. It's just, it's quite busy, the areas where there's no like I guess I could go to like a parking lot and practice. I could go find a quiet place to park the car. But generally speaking, my leaving point and destinations are both quite crowded areas where it's doesn't seem like the calmest place to try to talk your puppy into getting into the car. Live in a one-story home. 5 years after I got my dog, he saw steps for the first time, had no idea what to do. Mr. Moosey, the first time he saw stairs, climbed up like 7 of them and then panicked because he did not know how to get back down. They were quite steep stairs at my sister's place, and I had to scoop him and then carry him back to the ground floor. He was smaller at that time, thankfully. He'd put his front paws up on the seat and I'd lift his butt into the vehicle. He's good at jumping up. I've taught him how to jump up onto the couch by like patting the couch cushion. And I know he can jump quite high. I picked up an old history book. I know he can do that. I think he'll get the hang of it. It's just a bit scary. Do that with 2 dogs at the sister-in-law's. A couple of the hikes that we do have stairs though, so he's gotten the hang of stairs now. I guess I should go back to town and start to think about wrapping up. I'm just getting leveling again. Although I could probably calm down on the hunter a little bit and let her kind of get a little more rested back. And then swap over and do some warlock leveling. Because the warlocks had a couple days off. I guess I don't know how long it takes a character to fully cap rested. Is it like a week? Is it longer than that? Because if that was the case, I would need more characters to rotate. I end up taking 5 times as long to finish Hardcore Classic because I insist on leveling like a bajillion characters. What would be the best way to make PvP more appealing is make it Quake 3. I'm starting to get the idea that you might be a Quake fan. With your WoW model as your Quake model. Yeah, I suppose these skeletons are going to be here anytime. Becoming an alcoholic in hardcore is something else. I did not see it coming. I really thought that the setup of hardcore was going to motivate me to stick to one character and try to get as far as I can on it. I didn't really think I would want to start this many characters and start low on so many of them, but early game is so fun because you're getting upgrades so rapidly. And it's fun being in later game too because you're making more gold, but things definitely do slow down at a certain point. Alright, okay. We gotta go back. We gotta go back to town. We're hungry. Different gameplay helps keep you engaged. Oh, but what is it? It's Briarthorn. We need it. We need it. We need it. Can't walk away from Briarthorn. 30 plus grind's gonna be slow. I think, yeah. I think 40's really within reach. 40 to 60 is another animal though. Oh, 3 Briarthorn. Doing old content in retail. Tune is fully geared to my ability. Nice. Liking having a long project. My robe sold. The robe that I posted for for 99 silver sold. Nice. That'll help out a lot. Now I want to get more greens to drop. I can sell them. People buy them. And then sometime I'll flight path my way back to Stormwind and do a bunch of errands. But for now, I'm in at least, so I have rested. I'm going to wrap up pretty quick here, but I just want to check on my Warlock and see what her experience bar looks like real quick. Imagine the prestige of having a 60 in your hardcore loading screen. It's true. I kind of want to level my warlock tomorrow. She's at, yeah. She's at, well, she's at 34. She has this much rested. So the bar goes to about here. It's not a ton. You'd probably have to take like 2 weeks off to fully cap it. And then, of course, the higher level you are, the more valuable that rested experience kind of starts to seem. You sell anything? 2 gold bars. Got a wand and a tunic. She needs to repost 1 bar every 8 hours. And then what does it cap at? Like 40 bars worth, 2 levels? 40 times. I guess I don't know if it caps at 2 levels. It might cap at less than that. 150. So 30. So 240 hours. Hmm. 10 days? I like can't get rid of this thing. 29. 29 or best offer. 42. Nah, that's vendor trash. There must be another wand on top of that bracket. That, like, the fact that I can't sell it, I gotta just vendor that. That's no good. All right, I gotta go. It's time for me. I'll be back tomorrow morning for another brand new WoW stream. Don't know quite what we're gonna do, but we'll figure something out. I'm going to wrap up stream, resolve the prediction, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye.